Huh? Yeah. Jay went mute for a minute. I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh, my mic was muted.
Oh, okay.
Just want to enlarge that. Okay, we're good. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. We're good. Okay, we're all good here. Everything looks great. Oh boy, we're gonna figure out this logo shit, but for right now, we gotta deal with this one. Ugh. I want to get a good logo, but we gotta test some of this shit out.
So I take it you're really enjoying Death Stranding.
Huh?
I said I take it you're really enjoying Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
Man, I was going to sleep, dozing in and out between cold beds, and I was waking up and you was still fucking streaming. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
yo, what up, Jay?
What's going on, J Love? What's going
What's
on, man?
good, man?
Hey,
Much.
J Love.
Hey, Snow Bunny. I was checking out your videos, Snow Bunny, honey.
Uh,
I was checking out
Which
your
one?
videos, man. All of them. When I had a chance. I was checking them all out.
nah.
I was watching JayTech. Huh? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that like I only have like right now on that gaming channel I have like my old Switch gaming list
What's
for games.
going on, Dark Link? Beyond
And I also have my custom unboxing craft project for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
How you gonna get that? How you
Hmm?
gonna do that? How you gonna get the custom unboxing?
I already got it. I did an unboxing of it. It's for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's a design from Final Fantasy VII that I had made into something called a diamond painting. It's huge. It's gonna be like wall, almost like it's a big mural size.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna start it on the day that Final Fantasy VII Remake is released.
Are you getting the game?
Nope. I love the original Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, maybe you get this.
I don't have a PlayStation. I'm not gonna buy one for just that one game right now. Maybe next gen, if the PlayStation 5 interests me, I might go back and get it.
Yo, Jay, how you liking Death Stranding so far, man?
Oh, are we live?
I don't know. I think so. Yo, JayTech.
Jay, are we
Keep talking.
live? Did you sneak us onto live?
I think we all
We've been live for a long time.
Yo,
Oh,
Jay, how you?
wow.
Yeah, we've been
Yo, Jay,
live
how you
since a
liking this?
little bit before too.
How you liking Death Stranding so far, Jay?
Love it, man. Love it. If anybody want to know my impressions, watch me play that shit for 9 hours straight. That's my impression.
Yeah.
There's no,
Yeah,
there's no fake. You know, like I can understand when people it's not their game if they don't like it, but I have definitely understand that a lot of people went out, got the game, that shitted on the game. They only got the game so they could try to take advantage of how many people were viewing. And I disagree with that, and I don't like it. I think it's very fake of anybody to have done that. That you went out, got the game after you said you didn't like it. You were shitting on it. You were trashing the game. You were laughing about it. We have an individual, Mario Sniper, which is a part of the PC community. He claimed that because he had a PS4 Pro and he had a Switch that he wasn't a PC fan. He plays all systems equally. The game has been out for 4 days. He is now making an excuse that he has, what is it, what is that game? The Outlander or the
Outlanders, Outer Worlds,
Outer
Outer
Worlds? Yeah, he's
Worlds.
saying that he wants to finish Outer Worlds before he even buys the game. But I already know he's gonna try to wait till next year to play the game, which would be stupid on his part if he is spoiler sensitive, and that's what I'm telling a lot of people. Nobody's
But the
saying
thing,
don't buy the game for the PC. It's just you you're on the PC, so you're all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might want to stay off the internet or stay off of certain people pages because they post a lot of content. Like me, I post a ton of shit on Twitter from Death Stranding. but it's no spoilers. Like there's no story related things on that. Now in my gameplay, I think my first day I had the story, but I think day 2 I was just doing the missions and leveling up, and this is day 3. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just trying to finish up loose ends before I go to the new area. When I go to that new area, that's gonna be spoilers. You know, it's gonna be a lot of story going on. But I'm not like, hey, everything I'm doing is story related. No, because I'm playing the game for what it is. I'm trying to level up and all that shit. Cause I'm level 9. I'm like level 93 now. Like that means I only got like 7 or 8 levels until I'm level 100, which I'm like master rank. And I've just been, helping people out. I've been doing my part, and the game is just awesome. It's so different.
Yeah.
But the thing about that, Jay, Jay, with the PC community waiting, the only thing happening with the PC community, they're now becoming like how the Switch community is. The Switch, we have to wait on everything.
Yeah,
it's very few games that's day in.
They've been like that before the Switch came out. Rockstar told them about, got them used to that because they had to wait for Grand Theft Auto 4, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 took longer than 4. The only reason why they got Red Dead so early is because it didn't sell as much as Grand Theft Auto 5. If it sold as much as Grand Theft Auto 5 on consoles, they probably would have made them wait. But even though I believe they got their money back, they still wanted to tap into the PC crowd, or at least see if they were ready for it. But I don't know. We don't know. The game has been out since Wednesday on the PC, Red Dead Redemption. I haven't really saw the majority of the PC trolls that tease me all the time about games coming there. I haven't saw any of them say they playing it. Like, I don't care if somebody else is running it in max settings. I don't care about them, but if you're going to come to my channel and troll me, I'm expecting you to also be playing the game. It kind of defeats the purpose of teasing anyone if you're not going to play the game you're trying to tease somebody about. And it'll be the same damn case next summer when Death Stranding finally goes to the PC. Like, are you playing it, or are you just using this to tease people? Because by that time I have probably already finished the game. I don't know. There's one missable trophy. I had to play the game on hard to get the platinum. I'm thinking about doing it because I like the game for what it is right now. I haven't came into anything to say, hey, Jay, I'm about to go fucking quit this game. No, I haven't gotten to any point like that in the game so far. Again, this is my opinion. This is my play style. I play a lot of RPGs, so going from point A to point B to deliver a fucking package is very fucking simple to me. Like it's I've done that for many, many years in RPGs. I don't know why it's such a big problem for some people. But I am gonna start taking out those mule camps because they're irritating.
The one thing I have noticed about, because like I said, I watched a game. Death Stranding was a game I was kind of on the fence about when they said it was coming to PC. I'll think about getting it on PC. Mm-hmm. But I watched the gameplay of it, and I can usually tell on games that I'm iffy about the gameplay style of it if I want to try it or not. I know right now I would rather watch somebody else play that game than play it myself. But the one thing that I've been watching with all the gameplay that I've seen of it, it's more of a cooperative game.
Yes, it is.
Like I play European style board games and things. And the one game that comes to mind is a game called Arkham Horror I have. Mm-hmm. It's a game where it could be like 2 to 8 people playing it, but it's not player versus player. It's all of us getting cards and meeting up in locations on the board to trade things to take down Cthulhu. That's what this game, when I started seeing gameplay of it and how people could drop stuff and start dropping items to start building things, I was like, okay, this reminds me of Arkham Horror, where everybody who's playing the game is doing things to cooperatively beat the strand or beat whatever the game is. You understand what I mean?
Yep. Right.
So it's more like a cooperative game than it is a me versus you game or even a player versus environment game almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cause I got a little bit of action gameplay, and that was me going to the mule camp, which it'll remind you of, hey, you're going to Metal Gear Solid territory, cause these guys military base and design, and they want to take your luggage. But if you beat them, basically you'll be taking their luggage, and then you could sell that or recycle that for more parts. And I mean, the whole thing is interesting. It's like I kept thinking that, hey, I have to bring all this heavy shit with me to do these other side missions so I can get my 5 stars and get that trophy out the way. And come to find out, no, the major mission packages, I put it in a private storage in a facility closest to the new area where I'm about to go venture. And I'm just going to go to my other areas and finish those missions so I don't have to carry that excess weight. You see what I'm saying? I'll put it in the private storage and I get it when I need it. And I just like the freedom. There will be some games where you probably wouldn't be able to do that. Again, it feels like a single player game, but in so many ways it's a multiplayer game. Like somebody else will put packages in the shared storage, and it'll be like fucking 50 packages from different people. Well, you can take those out and go to like one of those delivery pods out there that people build. I know I have one. I have a couple out. You go to the delivery pod and you can deliver their packages, for them and get experience and get new gear and all of that stuff. And it's a very interesting way. And I never, like, there's so many things I'm seeing in this game, and I call myself very knowledgeable about Death Stranding before it came out. And there are just things that blew my fucking mind. Like the rain, right? It makes everything old, right? That's obvious. Well, it'll fuck your bike up, and your bike will have rust. But if you take your bike to the storage facility and you go to sleep, they work on your bike. Like before you go through the doors to go to your room, there's a scene if you go down into your room with the bike, and you can see the bike in a futuristic type of garage about to be worked on while you're going to your private quarters. And that, just a tiny cutscene, is awesome. You know what I'm saying? But if your bike's not on that circle pad when you're going down in the elevator, basically that shit's gonna still be fucked up when you come out of your sleep. And it's just the small things. Like they put the specific amount of packages on the conveyor belt when you're turning in your mission. It's not just a random number of boxes that you didn't really put out there. I mean, it's just the small, tiny things. A lot of attention to detail. The scenery looks amazing, but I haven't really been climbing anymore since I got the bike. The bike has made life a lot easier. And I don't know what happened yesterday, but it was easy as fuck for me to do all that I needed to do because the BTs and the rain wouldn't come down after I found the bike and I got to a point. But now, today, once I start the game over, like, yeah, it's raining while I'm on the bike, and the BTs will come at me while I'm on the bike. So, it's cool. It's just, I'm starting to understand the weapons about fighting the BTs. I got far enough that they're taking my blood every time I go to sleep, and my blood is used in a grenade that will be used against the BTs, so they can't fuck with me anymore. You know, 1 second.
But isn't it true that the BTs like attack you more when it's raining or whatnot?
Yeah. Yep. They do that.
Yep.
Now, J Love, are you playing it?
I wasn't able to play it. Been working.
Ugh.
Covering. I'm just to play it today.
What's up?
Yo.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
You got Mooch and crap praising Death Stranding, man.
It's
You got them
bro.
2D
I'm telling you,
version,
it's
man.
different in a good way.
Yeah, but people don't accept that. They can't embrace that because they're so used to pew pews and snow bunnies. You know, they used to platforms. You know, snow bunny in them. So they're not used to
I
games
don't
like
do
Death
a lot of
Stranding.
platforms.
Yes,
I
you
do
do.
more sim games.
But
Oh, you
look,
do?
I'm gonna be honest.
I love simulation games.
If you like simulation and you've ever played a game called Harvest Moon?
Yeah, I'm waiting on Animal Crossing. I'm playing Farm Together now. I playing. There is a Harvest Moon out on the Switch. Those are the types of games that I do play, and that's one thing that I noticed about Death Stranding. I was like, oh, it looks more like a sim game.
Yeah.
But then as I'm watching the gameplay of it, it's not a sim. I don't like every type of sim game there is out there. And that's one type that just doesn't. I'd rather watch that one than actually play it. Nintendo doesn't have nothing but platformers. We have a lot of RPGs and things on them.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Stone Bunny? Jay.
Hey,
Big
Biggie.
Money, the bet loser.
Hey,
What's
sweetie.
going on, buddy?
Oh, the bad loser.
Call him a bet loser.
Hey, anything going on is that I took that motherfucking games, that Death Stranded back. That
He
bullshit.
took the game back,
Yeah.
everybody. He played it for 1 minute. He
Took
said
that bullshit back.
No.
he said that pizza is not good. I don't want to
In
deliver
his
pizza.
defense, he played it for an hour and almost 20 minutes.
Was it longer than that or
And that
shorter?
was just online. I played online, and Snowbunny, I played like another 3-4 hours offline. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Okay.
You want to know what it is for you?
Not for
Losing
me.
bets. Losing bets is for you, Big Money. That's what's for you, buddy.
What's up, chat? What's up, everybody in chat? Thank y'all for coming out and checking us out.
Yo, do y'all think? Let me ask y'all something, and y'all and everybody on the panel. Do y'all think this game is gonna do numbers?
Oh,
Everybody
see
It's
that
hard to
right
tell,
there?
bro.
That right there, bro. That is the question. But
I think it's already done numbers. I mean, the thing is unlike Xbox, PlayStation people have to buy the game. Whether they like it or not, they have to buy the game.
there you go.
It's not like it's also the same with Nintendo. We don't have an option of, having Game Pass where we pay $10 a month and every game comes to it, day and date.
Right.
So no matter what, even people who bought the game and didn't like the game, that still counts as a sale. And even if they returned the game or traded it in, they already got that sales number.
Right. So Jay and Big Money, you think Death Stranding is gonna do numbers?
It's hard. I'm a reserve judgment, bro. It's hard to say because me and Jay talked about this a while back, bro. Like,
look, these are my predictions. Okay, you can quote me. Everybody can quote me. That's why see, I did what I needed to do to piss off the PC Master Race. You guys gave me a lot of views on all my Death Stranding videos, and then you sat up there and watched me play Death Stranding for 9 hours yesterday. And you watched me play Death Stranding for 4 hours the first day. And I will be live streaming Death Stranding later on tonight, roughly around 8 or 9. So I know you idiots are going to be there watching. However, with all that being said, these guys won't support the game. And the people that want to support the game, and I'm dead serious about the people that really want to play this game, they will buy it. They might not keep it, but they will buy it. You got to look at the PlayStation being over 100 million. And at that point in time, there are 3 predictions we have. I have. Not we. Sorry. I have. These are my personal predictions. I take responsibility. So if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. When the time comes. So.
I don't know. So you can block me? I ain't doing that.
Yeah, you let me know. And I smack you in the fucking face with a pizza.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm willing to put some money on it.
But hold on, J Lo. Let me get these predictions out. This is for me. 1 million in the first weekend, right?
That's easy. That's easy, Jay.
Okay, hold on. 3 million in the first week, right? 5 million in the first month. Now, I don't believe in those predictions, but I'm putting them out there because I'm lowering my expectations. Remember what I did with the Metacritic? I had a lower expectation than everybody else because things can go wrong. There was a lot of hate on this game. We don't know who got scared away from buying the game permanently. You know what I'm saying? And that's even after you saw how awesome the game is from real gamers that got it day one. It still might have turned people off permanently, and you lost the game sale. We also talk about the effect of putting the game or announcing the game on PC, and not only that, it was a very weird thing. Kojima did it again. So the Monday before that week of the reviews at the end of the week, they announced it for PC, right? Then, when the game launched, they had it available for pre-order on PC, on Epic Game Store and Steam. And they let people know the game's not coming out until summer of 2020. Why would you put a game on pre-order this early? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, we don't know how the PC comes into this and, again, makes people not buy the only version that's out on a PS4. We don't know. So that's why I want to lower my expectations. I believe my expectations are going to be proven wrong in a good way, that the sales will be higher. But those are the numbers I want to go with. 1 million
I'm gonna go with those numbers. I'm gonna go with those numbers then.
1 million in a week.
I can see it doing that. That's them easy right there. Them some easy numbers for Kojima.
Yeah, 5 million. And look, as long as this game can hit 5 million in the first month, it outsold Metal Gear Solid 5 on 5 platforms. Do you guys understand how amazing that would be? Yeah, like, now, if it gets more than 1 million in the first weekend, we're looking at numbers that Kojima has never achieved, ever, for any game. You see what I'm saying? But that's the power of the PS4. PlayStation has been doing an amazing job selling games because so many people own a PS4. And the attach rate is so fucking amazing, man. We've never saw attach rates like this. 3 million in a fucking weekend? Like, when have we saw shit like that?
But
J-Love, before you start to say what you was finna say, I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said. You know what the motherfuckers over there at Next Gen, shout out to Next Gen. When I was on Next Gen show a couple of days ago, bruh, you know these motherfuckers said that attach rate wasn't that big. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, man, the highest the attach rate ever been in gaming was like 3 point something. Sony is at like 7 point something.
Exactly.
So that attach rate is not high. I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like,
and this is what I want to say. This game will have long legs because there, like I said, all the different things people are doing. It's not just, hey, let's fight the BTs, let's do story. It's all the other fun things people are doing. Riding around on the bikes, doing tricks, all of that shit. You know, finding different little cutscenes with the baby and the baby laughing and all of that. That is all promotion. Even when people were hating on Death Stranding, that is all promotion. You know what I'm saying? That's promotion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that, Jay. I'm gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna go with y'all. Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, thank y'all for checking us out, bro.
Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Hit that like button. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers here hitting that unlike button, but fuck, hit the like button.
I think it's going to go ahead, Love. Go ahead, guess nobody. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, there's one more factor I want to add to your theory there, Tech, about how you were saying that how many people are afraid to buy the game and never come back to it. But then you also have to look at the flip side of that coin. Some people have been watching gameplay of it and have gone out and bought it. So those numbers might balance out the ones who might be scared to never get it. Because some people were saying they were never going to get it. But then when they started seeing gameplay and started seeing more about it, they're like, oh, okay. And they go out and get it. You understand what I mean?
You're right.
Because I've been seeing people on Twitter, it's like, well, I wasn't going to get this game, but I saw such and such gameplay of it, and I went out and decided to get it, and I ended up loving it. So there's that flip side of the coin also.
I'm seeing a lot of that. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of that too. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying? Yeah.
What are you talking about?
J-Love, go ahead, bro.
Did you hear what Snow Bunny said?
Yeah, I heard what she was saying.
Yeah, we're waiting on you to go.
Me?
Nah,
J-Love.
No. I was saying what I was gonna reply to. What rebuttal was that I think this game is gonna hit like 3 million in the first week. I think it's gonna do some numbers. I think it's
I think in the first week it could do 3 million. But again, I'm not saying it can't do 3 million in the first weekend, but I'm not gonna hold my breath if it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I was on.
It's just a lot, but you gotta look at this one thing, bro. United States is probably gonna be the weakest that it ever sells.
You think so?
It got a lot of competition. You still got people buying Call of Duty. Pokemon is popular than it ever been. Luigi, Star Wars came out. Need for Speed came out. Luigi's Mansion still doing numbers. And the United States is gonna be weak, right? It's a lot of competition. In the UK and Japan, not saying Pokemon's not strong in Japan, but Kojima is almost as strong as Pokemon. He is a fucking national treasure in Japan. And in UK, oh my God, they love those games, bro. I think UK, just like with what happened with Drive Club back in the day, yeah, the United States didn't help Drive Club sell 1 million, but fucking UK did.
And Days Gone.
Yup.
UK is big on.
And Days Gone, the same way with Days Gone. Like, more people ended up buying it more in the UK and even in Japan than the people that shitted on the game in the United States and fell off. So, this is the thing. This is what people need to understand. First of all, we're getting a sales report tomorrow from GameIndustry.biz, right?
For what? For Death Stranding?
Yes, the first weekend of the UK sales. Listen. The first weekend of the UK sales is always covered.
Oh, fucking ready, man.
No, listen, J-Love. Every Monday, GameIndustry.biz always covers the first weekend of a game that came out. And whatever other games are out that time. They have a 10-game chart, and they will let people know what the sales ratio is. They will let people know if a game has moved a spot on a chart. That's something we all need to look out for tomorrow. It's going to be on GameIndustry.biz. You probably see it early in the morning. So we're going to get a sense of how good it sold. Again, if it did over 1 million, Sony might come out and let us know. Remember, they were not shy about letting us know about God of War or Spider-Man hitting over 1 million. You know? Or even Horizon Zero Dawn they were not shy about. So this is something... Tomorrow is going to be a very important day.
Isn't Famitsu from Japan going to be announcing also either tomorrow or Tuesday?
Yes, they are also going to be announcing the first weekend.
And they're going to be announcing the Japanese numbers.
Exactly. So that's why I said it's going to probably do better in the UK and Japan, not because they cover numbers first, but because I can already see the more people that really got scared away from this game are coming from the United States so far that I see with the comment section and shit. I don't see that the UK and the Japanese gamers got scared what they saw on the internet and said, hey, I'm not going to buy it. I only saw that type of activity from the United States gamers. You know, again, everybody's entitled to their opinions. They can do what you want to do.
I was on this dude's live stream and I said, yo, you know what, man? If this game, it's already beating Gears. It's sales. I know it already beat Gears in sales. I said, if this game sells, I said, if this game does big numbers, man. I said, we PlayStation, I don't give a fuck what you say about our PlayStation game. I don't care if you say this game is boring. We go out and support ours, though. We go out and support, like Nintendo, they go out and support. We going out and supporting our shit, yo. I don't give a fuck what you think about the game. I don't care, yo. We go out and supporting our shit.
It goes back to Microsoft put Gears on Game Pass day and date.
And it was not the smartest thing to do. It was not the smartest thing to do.
Before that, but nobody, before the Game Pass came out, they still wasn't supporting their games. They still, Gears 4 flopped. Motherfucking Halo flopped. All these games flopped. Huh?
What the hell is that?
Domestic violence.
What's up, Sam? What's up?
Son of Sam!
Son of Sam,
Going
what
on,
up,
man?
On a Son of
What up,
Cram.
what up?
You
What's
in
going on,
and out
everybody?
like a
What's
yo,
going on,
Son of
man?
Sam, you in and like a you in and out of here like a BT, man. What the fuck is going on, man?
No, I had to restart my shit, man.
We call him BT Man.
Everybody.
What's going on, Eddie?
Hello.
Eddie,
How y'all feel
Love.
about the dude taking over? The
Jim
dude from Good.
Talking about
the
Jim
dude from
Ryan.
Good. Yeah, how y'all
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
about
that's
that?
what's up.
Let
looks
we
like
we
Gordon
need
Ramsay,
to
so I
talk
like it.
about that, but I want to go see if I can bring that those articles up from Jim Ryan so we can go over the exact words.
Oh, he ain't playing, yo.
He's not playing, bro.
He's not playing.
He is
man.
not
That dude's
playing.
Yeah, he's not playing, man. You know, dead,
Yeah,
dead,
bro, like,
no motherfucking
Hey, that was another thing. This day and age shit, bro, got motherfuckers gone, bro. Like, I don't know why people really, they just want Sony to do this day and date shit. I'm like,
Okay, so let
And the
me
shit-
explain this because I fought Xbox fans last gen. They're not difficult this gen. They just want to see, like you said, Big Money. They want to see Sony where they're at. They know they doing bad because they doing that type of decision. They say, hey, if Sony do it, they'll be just as
I've
been
been
as us,
saying that
right?
shit.
And it's true.
I've been
If
saying
it's true,
that
if they
shit. I
do
said
that,
shit on
they
the
won't be
last
just as
podcast.
bad.
Yeah, I said that on the last podcast, yo. I'm telling y'all, they
Yeah, but
want
listen to
PlayStation
this.
to bring
This
them
is
down.
the other branch. The branch
what's
is
up,
starting
Jamar?
this,
What's up, baby?
huh?
I was talking to Jamar. Jamar was just saying what's up.
Oh, what's up, man? This is what's
All
happening.
time, what up?
So the PC community and the Xbox community, well, first of all, the PC fans are not looked at in a good way anymore. They're younger, like I said. They don't really show the power. They talk about the power of their platform. They never get to show it. Again, most of them are young and they're afraid to do so because once we see what they're working with, it's still weaker than a gaming console of this generation. So they're both out there alone. They're not on the top anymore. You got to remember how it must feel for them. Where in last generation, PC fans were regarded as just the fucking top dogs. Now they up here port begging for every game. Xbox, you gotta remember they were the top dogs last gen. They was winning shit, bro. Microsoft was buying up exclusive contracts, third-party contracts, timed exclusive DLC, all that shit. They were winning, bro. They were beating PlayStation 3 for a good amount of years, bro. Probably 4 or 5 years of last generation. So again, you gotta imagine how it must feel for both of these guys to get replaced almost at the same exact time by the greatness of PlayStation 4. So
Why
of
you
course
think-
they
why
don't
you
want
think?
PlayStation to be successful. They want to
Why you-
bring them down to their level, and the only thing that they know can bring them down to that level is PC fans if PlayStation loses all their exclusive, Xbox fans if PlayStation
Right.
makes decisions
Facts.
just like Microsoft. So that's
Yeah.
what they want. They want PlayStation to be just like Microsoft. And then this is a thing that I've saw with PC fans and Xbox fans agreeing together.
But Jay, you didn't hear what Dilla was saying? That's what he was saying when he was on the podcast. He was saying it kind of like that. What you just saying now? Dilla was kind of going that way. Yo, dead. You don't think it's going? He was saying all this. What you saying now? I'm telling you, he was saying.
Yeah,
that. He said
I
that
agree.
every-
He
on
was.
his
I heard him.
podcast.
I heard him, and I disagreed with everything he was saying, and I let him know I disagreed because it won't fucking happen. Like, what's the point of coming out with a PS5 if all your games are going to PC? You see what I'm saying? We know Death Stranding is a special case, but look at what Sony was allowed to do. They helped Kojima make one of the most different type of games ever. It's probably going to hit some awards. Might not be the major award, right? It might not be the streamed award show, the game award, the famous game award. It might not be that, right? But it'll be other awards that it'll rack up. Just like Horizon Zero Dawn. It might have not got Game of the Year from them, but it got Game of the Year from other websites. And that's what people need to understand. This guy has got 2 Guinness World Records he broke for the most followed developer on Twitter and Instagram. This guy,
Who's
look,
that?
for Sony to support this guy and to lock that game down for 8 months, bro, that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
For real?
Yes. He
check that
got 2 Guinness World Records submitted to him yesterday. He got the awards. He put them on his profile. He took pictures. There's
I
proof.
gotta check this out.
He's the
Yeah.
most followed game developer of all time. He got he got a Guinness World Record for 2 times, a 2-time Guinness World Record winner with that alone. Not to mention what might happen with the sales of Death Stranding if it gets any Guinness World Record or anything like that. But I mean, they want our exclusive. PC fans, I've exposed them for years now. They want our exclusive. The thing is, I don't see why. You know, this is a console game. You're gonna get it. This is a special case. You're gonna get this one, but you gotta wait 8 months.
I mean, the same thing happened with Octopath Traveler. I don't know if you guys remember when they released for the Switch, everybody wanted it, and then it came to PC a year later. Well, the PC people got mad because it went to PC, it went to Steam for full price of $59.99. And I'm sitting here like, welcome to the Switch world.
Exactly. And
full price.
See, look, this is the shit that happened with Neo. You know Neo, right? The very first Neo, same thing happened. Neo went to PC. It went to PC for $50 fucking. They called it Neo the Complete Edition, and they didn't buy it. And that's, if you want to know why Neo flopped on PC, it's not because it was a bad game. They refused to buy it. Yep. And this is a thing. You think Kojima, Sony, and 505 Games is gonna do this thing and put it on PC and allow it to be like fucking cheap? Hell no. That game gonna be $60 fucking, bro. And it's not coming down off of that fucking price. You know, they gotta pay all their investors back. They gotta pay all these fucking musicians back. The fuck out of here, man. They got a lot of people to pay. So I hope y'all ready to spend that money on a game next year, because you ain't getting it for $20. It's gonna be a brand new experience to you guys. So,
hey, this dude named Joe Mama asked you, do you think the PS5 will be rendering 8K for the PS5?
Not natively, but we have to wait and see. Not natively, and not every game. So no, not every game, and not natively. So far that I know, my knowledge right now, no. And I'm saying no because I haven't saw shit. So I can't, it's kind of weird to ask me that question. I don't know. So right now, my answer is no, because I have not saw it. I need to see this shit to believe it.
See what?
If it's going to do an 8K. I don't believe so, though.
Yeah,
I disagree with anybody that thinks it's going to do native 8K.
They're just gassing us up with that shit.
Yeah, I think I think they can do like what they doing now with checkerboard, but I don't care about 8K. Why? The only people putting 8K out there is PC fans, and let's be honest, y'all not even playing shit at 4K, let alone 1080p. So I don't know why y'all talk about 8K. That shit's hilarious. Like, y'all talk about 8K like y'all fucking know that shit. You don't even have a computer that can fucking manage that. So no, I think what's important is to get 4K, native 4K, 60 frames per second. Why are you moving all the way to 8K before you can even secure games at a native 60 frames per second without any fucking drops? That's what we want. PS5 coming out, that's their focus. That's what their focus needs to be. No more checkerboard 4K, native 4K, no more dips, no more 30 frames. Put it at 60 frames, no dips. That's where they need to be at. Then they can go from there. And I'm pretty sure Sony is, as we all know, they always create a future-proof console that has like an update or a firmware like in the middle of the fucking console generation and completely changes it.
Remember, if they're future-proof, why do we need a PS5 then?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, remember, VR wasn't a thing. No. Hold on. I want to get this out of the way because again, you doing that shit and people listen. What I'm saying is, in the middle of this console generation, they introduced VR. We never knew VR was going to be possible on this console. That's what I mean by future-proof. The same thing happened with the PS3. No one knew that they were going to be capable of doing a better motion control than fucking Wii. But what happened in the middle of the generation? They came out with the PlayStation Move. What I mean by future-proof is we don't know what other thing they have planned for that system. 4K, 8K is not the thing. Sony never sits up there and say, hey, this is what we're going to fucking do. No, they fucking spring that shit on you at the middle of the generation. So we don't know what they're going to try to do.
Oh, shit.
Shut the hell up. But yeah, man.
So Big Money's watching some Death Stranding.
On the live stream, a lot of dudes that was doubting Death Stranding, the sales, they hated it. This is boring as fuck.
I put up everybody in their place and everybody in the comment section. I said, "Yo, this is the reason why PlayStation is number one, because of games like Death
And they
Stranding."
they take
Oh,
more
listen,
chances than
Games like
anybody
Death
else.
Stranding is the reason why PlayStation is where it's at now.
Oh fuck!
No, no.
Rebuttal.
Hell yeah, I don't think they in the play
No,
because of
no,
games
no,
like
big money,
that.
big money. Check it out, big
They
money.
taking
The reason
chances,
why
that's what
PlayStation
he's
is
saying,
where it's
big
at
money,
is
they
because of
taking
games
chances.
like Death Stranding. You got to understand that is the reason why behind that. Xbox when it did this. Xbox when it rolled dice like this, man. No other gaming console would roll dice like this. Is the reason why PlayStation roll dice like this.
I
Take
agree with
chances
you.
like
I
this.
agree
Now
with you
it could
on
be a
that.
gamble. What?
I was gonna say I agree with you
Yeah.
on that when they rolled the dice. I understand. Now I see what you meant. I thought you meant like this is like because this ain't. I don't think this game is in the same league as the God of War and the Spider-Man.
Nah,
it is something. It
it's
is
different.
something.
This is totally different, man.
Now, hey, big money. Let me ask you a question. If this game manages to sell 3 million in the first weekend,
That don't mean that the game is great. That don't mean shit.
Okay, well,
no,
I'm just saying. You said Spider-Man and God of War, and Spider-Man and God of War sold 3 million the first weekend. So you need to explain what you mean by that.
Hey, listen.
What do you mean by it's not? You can't compare it to those two games because
hold on. The game is that don't mean that the game gonna be great just because the game is selling. Red Dead, not Red. Yeah, Red Dead 2 is selling. That game is not great.
Okay.
It's a cult following. It's a following, bro. Look, I said this before. When the people, you know what I found out, and I talked about this yesterday, Jay. And I knew this was gonna happen. Everybody that went hard for this game, before the game came out, they will not come out and tell the truth of what they really feel.
Okay, so
about
listen.
the game.
Listen, do you think I was telling? Hold on. Let me address you.
Let me get this out, Jay.
I'm about to fight you, man. I'm about to fight. I'm about to jump through the computer and fight you, man.
Jay, these people out here, bro, a lot of people hate to be wrong, man.
Nah. Big money. Understand something, big money. This game is gonna separate the real from the fake niggas. This is what this game is gonna do. It's gonna separate the real niggas from the fake niggas. The fake niggas are the niggas that's screaming this game is boring. These niggas ain't gamers. These niggas are fucking pew shooters that want the same old. PlayStation, the most of PlayStation gamers from day one. I'm talking about day one PlayStation gamers. I'm talking about niggas since the inception of PS1. We talking about them niggas. Like me. I'm that nigga that been here since day one. And I see how PlayStation evolved. This is their lane. This is their lane. Death Stranding is their lane.
Now, I'm with J-Love. I'm with you with the part where they take gambles. I'm with you with that part. But if you think that this game is the fucking future, fam, no, hell.
So what's the future? What's the
future of dreams?
If anybody out there truly say we need a game like this every week, you got me fucked up.
Yeah, we do.
If you need a game like this every fucking week, hell no, bro.
Yo, big
hell
money.
no. Okay, look in the round, big man. I'm sorry, J-Love. Yeah, I'm finna be done in a second.
No, you're not.
Once in a while, once in a while, yeah. But once every month, every week, hell no. You'll drive motherfuckers crazy with games like this, man. If motherfuckers crank games like this out every week, every month, motherfuckers would be running. People, nigga, I was
big money
in tennis.
Big money.
Real tennis.
You big money. You have a PS1?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a PS1?
Yeah.
You have a PS1?
Every motherfucking video game. I'm probably about 20 years older than you, bro. I done had every game since ColecoVision.
So you played that game called
Big Money. Did you ever have a game called Parappa the Rapper?
Oh, yeah, I played so much fun.
Do you remember how different that shit is? It still is to this day?
Yeah, it is, bro.
How many
Right
games
about that.
It's fucking like Death Stranding level.
How many games have you seen like that since, Jay?
Twisted Metal. Same shit.
But look, big money. He got.
You ain't cranking out once every generation, bro.
Big
you only
money.
seen a game like that once every generation. You don't see these motherfuckers running out here cranking out games like that every week and every month.
But listen, big money. What he trying to say? Listen, hold on, man. What he's trying to say is that, yeah, we might not see a lot of different types of games like Parappa the Rapper. Yeah, you had Dance Dance Revolution, but not Parappa the Rapper. You get what I'm saying? Not Twisted Metal. The thing is, they stand the test of time. Nobody, hold on, nobody said that that's where gaming's going. And I don't remember ever saying that this is where gaming's going. This is Kojima. No one will be able to replicate this shit. They have tried and they have failed. Okay, I'm sorry. Even with Metal Gear. Metal Gear is something like no other, bro. Yeah. You're not going to see something with that type of fucking story spanning that many fucking years and still be relevant. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
All I want to tell you is I don't remember me or anybody else saying that this is the future. So don't expect other games like this because other developers are not taking the risk. You're only going to see this game once in a lifetime. Calm down.
Yeah.
Okay? Calm down.
I want to just say one thing about this. Like, J Love, you were saying no other publisher will take chances like this. I don't know if y'all been looking at Nintendo's track record, but they've been taking chances with selling fucking cardboard and shit. And it's been like halfway successful. So they step out the bounds all the fucking time.
Yeah, they do.
That cardboard scratched me too.
Okay, and the only one who hasn't stepped out the bounds like that is Microsoft. PlayStation has stepped out the bounds because there's been a couple games that's been questionable, like Death Stranding, like Parappa the Rapper. That shit was revolutionary when it came out. Nintendo, who the hell would have thought Splatoon would have taken off the way it did? A third-person shooter that you're shooting ink at each other and you're a squid.
Yeah.
See, that's another level of mind fucking right there.
I mean, but do you see? Yeah, so like I said, PlayStation will step out the bounds. Nintendo steps out the bounds way too fucking much.
Snow Bunny. Where's Nintendo from?
They're Japan.
Where's Sony from? Where's Sony from?
Sony was Japan, but they've moved their headquarters to the States.
Bingo. Both of them are from Japan. They rolling dice. They don't care. They're not American Westernized.
No, I mean, look, Snow Bunny. I ain't gotta ever take nothing from Nintendo. You know, that's where I started. So you don't hear me saying nothing about that. But I'm just saying, Microsoft would have been up there with Nintendo and fucking Sony if they would have took the chance on fucking Scalebound. But they the ones that closed that down. I don't blame.
Actually, both them and Platinum shut it down for some reason.
I understand that, but I don't blame. You know what? Platinum's a difficult developer to deal with. They're similar to Kojima. They want their own way, right? But I'm not gonna blame them because you had a hit on your hands. All you had to do was say, "Hey, do what you need to do." Hold on. Look what happened with Death Stranding. A little bit weird. People are understanding more and more as they play, as they watch other people play. But Sony allowed him freedom, and when you have freedom, you have something that no one else has. And all Microsoft had to do was give them the freedom. You pay them to make the game. Let them make the game the way they want it. The game was going to end up being a single-player game at the last minute. The last trailer we see, what we see. Oh, 4-player co-op. Different fucking same character. Everybody has their own dragon. I mean, like, you never needed to add that shit. The game was already fucked up.
But you also have to look at the fact that look at what the fuck Microsoft has been doing this gen. They have some of the greatest IPs from past gens, and they're just letting them sit and fucking rot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right about that.
I mean, they destroyed themselves, whether it's Scalebound or anything. They killed every one of their fucking IPs that they owned.
Yep.
But their main focus is Halo and Gears. That's their main focus.
Okay, and that's the thing. They're only focusing on that. I mean, everybody bitch at Nintendo for always bringing back Mario and Zelda and shit like that. But they also have IPs that they're like Disney, how Disney used to do their classic movies. They put some of them IPs in a vault, and you never know when the fuck they're coming out again.
Yeah.
You know
okay, but if Microsoft did something like that with their older IPs, everybody would be sitting there on pins and needles like, what's the next old IP that might pop out?
Nobody, you know what? I was one of those main people that was maybe about a year or so ago. I was real upset at Nintendo because they wasn't. Like you just said, they was talking about. I was one of those people that say, man, they kept putting out Mario, they'll put Mario out like with Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, and all that stuff. And I was just like, damn, when are they gonna come with some new IPs? This generation, they shut me. I love when I'm proven wrong on shit. They came out and shut a motherfucker up. I put a video out called "Me and My Side Bitch," and I was in love with the motherfucking Switch for about for the last 6 months now, because they've been putting out some hardcore gamers like us, so-called quote unquote hardcore gamers that like games like the games that they've been putting out for the last couple of months. Because I was one of the main ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, God damn, okay, it's Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, it was Mario everything. I'm like, God damn, when are they gonna put something out new? And when they did, they shut me the fuck up, because I'm not gonna lie. A couple of these games that they got that came out for these last they got at least 2 of them that should go. Astro Chain. Man, if you ain't played Astro Chain yet, oh my fucking God, that game is fucking off the fucking chain, and that game need to be in the running for Game of the Year. Like, they have really outdid themselves this month.
I wanted to bring something to our attention.
Big Money, what is that? Astro Chain? What is it? Astro Bots? What is that?
Astro Chain. Astro Chain.
Is that the VR?
No. Astro Chain is a Nintendo Switch game.
Platinum did it.
Platinum Games did it. But that's all I was trying to tell Snow Bunny, that I hate when people talk about that part in history. I don't like that. I've saw a lot of history. I've researched a lot of history, even with Nintendo and Sony. People will get the history all wrong all the time. They'll blame everything on Sony when it was fucking Nintendo that went to Philips to make a Nintendo system, which they actually did make with Philips at the same exact time they were supposed to be working with Sony. So, you can't blame. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know your history. And all I'm gonna say about what happened with Platinum Games and Microsoft, I look at Microsoft as the bad guy. I will not look at Platinum Games. Look what Platinum Games has put out. You see what I'm saying? They put out different things that people are just blown away by. They should have let them do what they wanted to do. It was Microsoft's idea to tell them to include a multiplayer function in it, which was co-op. And I just was like, why? We looked at the first gameplay, I believe first 2 gameplays. Everybody complained about the frame rates fucking up. Before the Xbox One X even came out, we know the Xbox basic model was too weak to deal with all of that shit that with just one dragon. You talking about having 4 dragons online at the same fucking time, and all that action. Like, it's just, Microsoft just really believed that multiplayer was the key.
Yeah.
And it's become their downfall, because they rely so heavily on multiplayer experiences that they don't know how to do a good single player game, even if it fucking punches them in the fucking nose. And I respect Platinum Games. And I'm glad that we have developers like them again, making different experiences. That's what it's all about.
Do you want another Mortal Storm, man?
Of course. But I'm pissed off at what Sony did. Again, that's one of the most fucked up things Sony ever did. Why would you fucking close that studio down when you had the ability to just have them hang around until you were ready to do MotorStorm? Shit. Even if you did the first 3 MotorStorms, right, and had them remastered in 4K 60 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second, that would have been awesome. But you had to cancel them. That's probably one of the dumbest things Sony ever fucking did, was cancel a studio. Listen to this. A cancel studio that could have made a new MotorStorm, which would have challenged Forza Horizon. But no, Sony could not compete with Forza Horizon. Not because they didn't have Pelofi Digital, but Pelofi Digital wasn't going to make that type of racing game. You had a developer that could make that type of racing game. And guess what you did, Sony? Because of the negativity of the United States gamers, because of the negativity of the United States critics and reviewers, you believed that Drive Club was a failure. And it was not.
Oh. Hell no. Hell fucking no.
Drive Club hit 1 million in the first fucking week.
That game sold. It hit 3 million.
And yes, it was because of the United Kingdoms. It was because of Europe. It was because of Japan. But I just hate that the United States is so fucking toxic that they can kill a game and kill a fucking developer in the studio. And this is
you can't put that totally on the American.
Okay, hold on. Look around you. How many people had a problem with Death Stranding before and after the game and still shitting on it? I don't see people from the UK doing it. I don't see people from Japan fucking doing it.
Yeah. Hey, look, no, the thing with Drive Club, man, I think the thing that happened, man, they kept fucking up. They kept telling Sony one thing, and because Sony, remember when it first came out, and they said that it was coming out with the PS4, they kept missing their deadlines. I think they got fed up. Sony got fed up with that studio because that studio kept telling them one thing, and then it turned out to be another. Like, I remember it like clear as day. They did it like 3 or 4 times. Like, and Sony got tired of doing that, man. Remember, that was at the time when they said, listen, man, we gonna do some reconstruction within ourselves so we can get this shit right. Because this is what most big guys do, like EA and them. They'll check on the game. Like, most of the time when you do a AAA game, it takes 4 to 5 years. The people that go check on that game, they'll go check on that game once or twice out of those 4 or 5 years. Sony said, fuck that. We gonna start checking every month. And I think that's what happened. They say, hey, is this game gonna be ready by release? They say, yes, definitely. When it came, they were like, damn, sorry, Sony. We fucked up. They say, okay, that's okay. We're gonna give you another chance. They say, okay, well, this game gonna be out next month. They fucked up again. They kept doing that. I don't think it was just the American people that put that game out. It was themselves that put they self out to pasture, man. They had you. Sometimes you have to take a credibility for the shit that you do, man. And
I agree,
think that's
but
what happened
hey,
with them, man.
Big Money.
Go ahead.
Closing that studio down again when you had competition with a certain racing genre was not the smartest thing, and I do believe that Sony thought back to themselves about, wow, we could have not only, you already dominated this generation. The generation is over. We're talking past tense now from both of the incidents, closing the studio down and Forza Horizon, because we didn't get any Forza this year. But we're talking past tense. We're talking about if you didn't close that studio down, you could have had developers that would help with the remastering process of of MotorStorm. You didn't need it. You didn't even need.
They can still do it. Bluepoint can still do it though.
But they're not. They can. I know what you're talking about, J-Love, but they're not. From all the studying that we got, all the knowledge we have for Bluepoint, they have not done any remasters on racing games. They've done it on story-driven games, third-person shooters, third-person games, action-adventure games, stuff like that. But all I'm saying, if you didn't fucking shut that studio down, you see what I'm saying? You had MotorStorm.
MotorStorm was
you get what
shit.
I'm saying?
Didn't they just transfer them into Destiny?
I'm crying right now because of that fucking. I'm crying right now because of that fucking game, man. On the PS3,
Boca Loca,
shit, nigga.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Eddie. Boca Loca. I just want to acknowledge this. It was said that some people from Evolution went to Pelofi, but we don't know what type. And we don't know if we don't know if Pelofi Digital would ever make a arcade type racer like MotorStorm. And my guess is no.
I need Midnight Club back. That's me personally. But
yeah, I agree. And
something like that, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you did have a developer that not only needed to make a MotorStorm for this generation or could have remastered the old ones. They could
have easily remastered them just like Resistance, man.
Exactly. They could have done new racing.
You think Midnight Club is better than MotorStorm?
No, I'm not saying that.
I never played the second MotorStorm, but I enjoyed it more. But I didn't hate MotorStorm.
I'm not saying that. I didn't play enough Midnight to even give an opinion. So no, I can't give an opinion because I didn't play it enough. I played a lot of MotorStorm, but I did not play a lot of. It's two different genres. Sorry. It's off-road racing, and that's why I wanted them to still be around to have a competitor ready for at least the second Forza Horizon. And they could have had a game pushed out ready for that. Even if, again...
MotorStorm graphics was off the chain.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They didn't even need to make a new one. All they had to do was remaster like 1 and 2. You see what I'm saying? They could have remastered all 3, but... I'm just saying it was not Sony's finest moment because you turn around and you say, hey, if we had these guys, we still probably could have had some different types of games. So, I'm just hoping they made a new studio. We gotta talk about that. I just hope it doesn't happen again, and I don't think it will. I'm glad Jim Ryan is taking control and doing what he needs to do, because I don't see, like what Big Money was saying, that they come around the studio and they check every now and then to make sure they doing what they doing. I don't think that's been happening for a long time after what happened with Evolution. People are checking on people. They're making sure they doing what they doing. They making sure the game is up to par.
But Jay, Evolution is a good studio, good quality studio. Drive Club shows that. Drive Club, MotorStorm, they didn't make mediocre bullshit, man.
J-Love,
but they lost the money, and when you do that, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah, exactly. J-Love, I'm not disagreeing.
Y'all got to realize this is a business. Sometimes, man, you cannot just keep fucking up and then expect that. Now, Jay, just think. If your boss come to you and say, "Hey, Jay, when you think you're gonna have this ready?" "Hey, I'm gonna have it ready tomorrow." Come tomorrow, it don't. Then next month he say, "Oh, okay, Jay, that's cool. You messed up. That's all right. Jay, when you think you're gonna have it ready?" "Oh, for real this time. I'm gonna have it done next week." Come next week, you do it. Sooner or later, bro, your boss gonna have to let you go.
Exactly. Okay, Big Money. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to me. Do you understand the concept of too much to bear? You don't think that it was too much for them to
rush? They want too much to bear.
Hold on.
Keep on. Go ahead.
Hold on, man. So you basically saying they supposed to be perfect, they supposed to be on time, and nobody ever delay their game? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Hold on. It's bullshit because you just saw what happened with Last of Us. So don't sit up here and tell me developers can be as fast as fucking Superman. Don't. Hold on. Let me talk. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
Don't sit up here and tell me that these guys are supposed to be fast as fucking Superman and supposed to be fucking perfect. They're fucking human too. So if Sony is telling you you have a deadline, but you know it's fucking impossible, you have new fucking technology, but still, you make a way out of no way and you eventually reveal a product that people were fucking all about. Like, Drive Club was a beautiful game once it was finished, and it did not take forever for it to happen.
Hey, they supposed to have the game out. Listen, bro, they worked on the game for 3 years before the PS4 came out, bro. The game's supposed to came out exactly when the PS4. That was one of their things. Do you know when they officially got done with Drive Club? Do you remember how long it took? But that's what I'm saying. You cannot. This is the business. You cannot keep spending 7 to 8 years on the game. They run a business, bro. They was working on the game for 3 years, Jay, before the PS4 came out. It was a release.
Come on, Fatal.
It was released with the PS4, and they fucked up, and they gave them like 3 more chances, and they kept fucking up, so they had to let them go.
Okay, look, Big Money.
Can I go?
Big Money. I just want to say this. I just want to say this, Big Money. You're looking at it like, hey, they needed to let him go. The game was bad or whatever. You're not even looking. You're not gonna take it. Hold on. This is not the first time Sony's done this. They done it with Wipeout. You see what I'm saying? They did it with Wipeout, but then they needed them to come back so they could do the remaster for the PS4. What I'm saying is, keep some of those developers around, more so than you fucking let go. Because you never know when you're going to need those specific developers to create a game for competition reasons. You see what I'm saying? You got rid of everybody, bro. You see what I'm saying? But MotorStorm still belongs to you, but you don't have anybody to make any new MotorStorm. You completely ignored the whole purpose of why I even brought these guys up. They could have made a fucking competitor to Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is basically all.
So what you saying is,
nobody's saying keep the whole studio. Nobody's saying keep all the developers for the studio. But you just threw majority of them all away, and you did not keep them around.
Okay, but Jay, that's just like Lionhead. It's so many good developers that was in Lionhead. What did Microsoft do? They let them all go because they kept fucking up. They gave them what they didn't want, man. Sometimes these business.
Well, hold on, man. You're telling me it was their decision to add microtransactions, even though Microsoft told them to add it in the beta? This is what I'm not understanding for you. So you gonna sit up here and tell me Sony didn't know what they wanted? Hold on. You're telling me Sony didn't know what they wanted Drive Club to be about, And they did try to make it about it, but they were not.
What they wanted to be about is that they didn't have the game out on time.
Okay. All I'm saying is maybe they didn't have enough people. Nobody's perfect, bro. Look. You could continue to ignore fucking Last of Us. They gave us a release date, bro. Look, hold on. No, it is the same fucking thing. They gave us a release date. It's not the same. It's not the same type of game. But what I'm saying is, they gave us a release date. They came out with a media event. We all was waiting for that one fucking release date. Then they come out a fucking week later and they say, "Hey, we're delaying the game till May."
That's like the easiest genre you could develop it, man. Look at the Forza guys. They do one literally every year. They had one that launch year, and it still scored better than most of the other regular games.
This was not MotorStorm. This was Drive Club.
No, I'm sorry. It's a regular car racing game. It should have been easier then.
It shouldn't have mattered, man. Once when this, like I said before, this is Jay. I'm gonna tell you this: if you run a business and you expect your employees to do what they say they're gonna do, and you have a deadline, and it's not like Sony said one and done. Oh, you fucked up, you go. They gave them 3 or 4 chances, man. They delayed that game like 3 or 4 times. They got fed up. Sony couldn't do it anymore. So they made an executive decision to let them go. Maybe it was the wrong decision. Maybe it was. Jay, I don't think they should have let them go. I don't think Microsoft should have let Lionhead go. But at one point, bro, you have to draw the line in the sand and be like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
They definitely deserve to get fired. Like, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, bro, like, you cannot keep doing that, bro. I'm telling you, Jay, that was a launch game. And when they finally released the game, Sony was like, we can't do this no more.
Look, all I'm gonna put out right now, bro, because me and Sam was supposed to start a special about this, because like I'm saying, bro, they could have came out with the knowledge that they learned from this fuck up, right? Nobody's saying they didn't fuck up. They could have had newfound knowledge and created a new game that they already knew a lot about. And I'm talking about MotorStorm, because they know how to make that. So, but again, they threw the whole developer out, right? There's no remasters coming out. There's no new MotorStorm ever coming out. That is off the books. It's completely fucking gone. You see what I'm saying?
Some fuck shit right now.
Can I say something? How you know they might not be coming out?
Because they don't have who do they have to make MotorStorm?
They can pick up somebody.
I'm not. No, the only reason why I disagree with you is because I don't know Blue Point to make racing games, so I would have to disagree.
I wouldn't waste them on something like that.
Exactly, I would not waste them. That's what I'm saying. I would not say, hey, Blue Point, you do all these other fucking types of games. Do a racing.
I'd rather see Jet Moto come back.
Look at who say?
I still play it on my Vita.
Jet Moto.
I never played that.
Yes, sir.
You
never played Jet Moto?
No, I never played.
Jesus.
You guys are also
Moto is fucking dope, but again, you know what I mean? We gotta look at that studio. I don't even know if that studio exists. That's why they don't bring it up.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You'll never know. You'll never know. You'll never know. They might be making. Never know, because they be too quiet.
I don't put my faith. I don't put my faith in that. No offense, Eddie. I don't do that. I don't like to do that. What you about to say? I don't do that, because I know reality, and I don't want to like put my mind out there and say, hey, they can do this, they can do this, bro. If they wanted to do MotorStorm, they had the whole generation to bring out a remaster. Yeah, we're not talking about we eliminate the fucking new one. You can't make a new one without the developers that made an old one. But like I'm saying, it would have been easy to do a remaster, but they didn't do it. You see what I'm saying?
And you said they got a new studio though, right? Coming out, right?
But it's not a racing studio.
Oh.
What is it, Malaysia? It's the one in Malaysia or something like that.
I remember the first time playing MotorStorm on the PS3, man. I got so addicted to that game, I went and got all of them. I collected all the shit, yo.
I just hope that they find a good way, because we have MotorStorm. Of course, the servers are closed down, but I wish they could find a good backwards compatibility method. Because
anybody here that never played MotorStorm before, yo, I'm telling y'all niggas, yo, that shit.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of people that missed out on it, and that's all I'm saying. It's like it's the same shit I was saying about Monster Hunter for many years. Like, I wish PlayStation gamers had the ability to play Monster Hunter when I was playing it with the PSP, and now they do. And look how big Monster Hunter is. It's bigger than it ever was. Yes, the majority of the fucking people are PlayStation. The majority of the sales are from PlayStation. It was something I was proven right about.
Hey.
Nobody will give me fucking credit, but yeah.
Yo, hey, JTech, how you doing, man?
Yo, what's up, Fatal?
Storm, right?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? And you played Onrush.
I know. I already know. I know it's from the same developers.
Okay.
I played it, but it didn't give me. It didn't give me the same feel.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, no,
For real?
no,
Same
developers? Fatal. No,
Same
it's from some of
developers,
it's from some of the same developers,
From
but
the
it's not.
creators of MotorStorm.
It didn't give me the same feel. And look, this is what I say, Fatal. Don't ever tell somebody that. That's fucking disrespectful. You wanna know why? We all look. We all got that game for free, and nobody liked it. That's what I'm saying.
What about that?
We got but you gotta acknowledge they gave us the game for free on PlayStation Plus. Nobody felt the same way, even the MotorStorm fans. So sorry, it was not the same. It was not the same.
Put their time into that game.
Yeah,
man.
it was not the
like
fucking
MotorStorm,
same, bro.
Onrush.
I fucking didn't even like that game. It didn't even give me that fucking taste.
Well,
Sorry.
what about MotorStorm Apocalypse? That
I'll pull myself away from Death
That
Stranding.
was my fucking game.
Yeah,
That's the
I
game
love
right there.
I love
hit.
the concept behind MotorStorm Apocalypse, where every lap was
That was
different.
the fucking shit.
Yeah, every lap and every lap the map would change, the track would change.
Yeah,
you know,
that was
but,
the shit. Fatal said it right there.
You know,
Apocalypse.
all I'm saying is fucking remaster the old ones. Go fucking mend your relationship with some of those guys you kicked to the curb. Hey, come back, work on these remasters, bro. You don't even got to make a new one. But I think the PlayStation community would love to play those games. I think those are some games that the PlayStation community of today, I guarantee you, people would love that shit. They would support the fuck out of MotorStorm.
Yeah, but the thing is with that is if they go back to the developers to mend their ways and do all this shit, the developers will get this attitude, oh, well, they need us, so they're going to decide to fuck.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That's why that incident has not happened. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing.
Nobody.
And, hey, Fatal, and I can understand both you and Big Money's point of view, where you're like, they could have kept them around just to do the remasters and things, but then Big Money, on the other hand, whenever they miss a deadline, Sony's losing money every time they miss a deadline. And when they're losing money like that, companies don't want to continue to invest in them because they know if you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a mile. And by the time they got the game out, Sony had just gotten to the point of like, we gave you chances, We're tired of giving you chances. So, I mean, I understand both sides of the coin, but Sony's basically looking at it like, hey, I don't want to lose any more money with you. And if we continue to allow this behavior, then you're going to continue with the pain. Who has feedback?
Your Fatal, what was your favorite MotorStorm?
Who what up? Yeah, who got the echo?
Which
Not
one?
me. It's me.
I think it might be you.
I don't even know how y'all even find that stuff out. How do y'all be knowing who it is?
I didn't play any of the actual MotorStorm games.
What about that? Did we get to the Jim Ryan thing yet?
We no, we about to talk about it, but I do want to. I want to know, what are y'all feel? What's the feeling that a lot of people were wrong because it wasn't the PC community, it was also the Xbox community that did believe that Sony was gonna head towards day and date releases on PlayStation Now, and a lot of people were wrong. Like,
what Jim Ryan said?
Yeah, it's not what he said, bro. Hold on, Fatal. It's not just a random person. This is the president of PlayStation. He's not gonna say something. He's not saying something to fucking lie. That's I don't care if you're an Xbox or PC guy.
He sure lied about the backwards compatibility bullshit, did he not?
JayTech, he's a liar.
Lie about what? What about the backwards compatibility?
He lied about the whole fucking who wants to play backwards compatibility. All of a sudden now, fucking backwards compatibility.
It's a statement. It's not a lie.
Dude, he's a businessman. They're all liars.
Statement.
Okay.
Exactly.
So Sam, I'm gonna.
So he knows the aspect of business.
Okay, no. So I'm guessing Sam, Fatal, and Adam all agree that he's lying and he's putting all the games day and date.
I mean,
he was the one I disliked the most.
No, I mean no. So I'm a bunch of y'all together. Y'all believe games are gonna be exclusive day and date. That's what you guys are saying.
That ain't gonna happen.
No, okay, so let's take Adam out of it. Let's take Adam out of it. So Fatal and Boca Loca, do you guys think?
Hold the fuck up. When it comes to this statement, specifically this statement, right? This comes to the sense of value and business for PlayStation. In this sense, has PlayStation exclusives sold well over this generation? Have they all done well? Yes or no?
I don't believe all of them done well. No, they're not all equal. No, they have not. No, they have not. No, they have not.
That all the games that passed over 100 million have not done well. Have over succeeded in the values.
I don't know, bro, because I don't work.
There you go. No. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the answer I'm trying to get from you. So when it comes to the aspect of if Jim Ryan will retract what he says, in this sense, he has lied in the past. I do agree on the backwards compatibility and also the crossplay thing, which that was because of, let's be honest, that shit, well, the crossplay thing was peer pressure, right? They could, if no one really gave them a lot of shit about it, they wouldn't have done anything about it. But because of it, they obviously went back. They went, fuck it, let's just do it. Because eventually, Call of Duty and all the other games will have done it. So, eventually, PlayStation will have done it, whatever. When it comes down to backwards compatibility, that's just basically a thing that was sort of like a nitpick thing that people were talking about. And eventually, like, fuck it, let's do it for the next generational console in some format in which we don't know the complete entirety of. We don't know how it's going to be working, or we know it's going to be a part of the console. We just know at what length. When it comes down to this day and date shit, because I don't really give a fuck about this, and I knew this shit was going to happen. I knew that PlayStation weren't going to do the whole day and date thing, because the fact of the matter is, like he said, and this is actually fucking true, there's major fucking value in their games. Why the fuck would you diminish it by putting it day and date? You don't, until you see a massive fucking downbeat on those games. If, by any chance, next generation, none of the PlayStation exclusives that come out sell over 10 million or even 5 million, then I can see them doing it. But that is a real big fucking button if by PlayStation. Because the amount of first-party studios sequels that are going to be working on, whether it's going to be Last of Us Part 3, whether it's going to be God of War 2, Horizon 2, Spider-Man 2, Bloodborne 2, there are a lot of shit. There's a lot of games in their library right now that can easily generate a fuck ton of money for them. A fuck ton of money for them. And the units, well, we don't know about that aspect, but I know for a fact that's going to be easily going over that point.
And see, I think it's a very big difference between...
It's kind of like Death Stranding in a sense, right? We don't know the overall sales right now, right? We'll probably get them tomorrow or Tuesday, right? But I know for a fact, based on what I've been seeing on Twitter, Reddit, it sounds like this game has sold a shit ton. It actually has sold a lot of copies. Not a shit ton, but a lot of copies.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about the earlier, Adam. We were talking about the earlier.
Well,
I'm just talking about the early stages of it.
We still got
first 3 days sales, right?
Yeah.
I look on Reddit all the time. I look on subreddits. I look on forums. I look on loads of different things. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are building curiosity of Death Stranding because of a lot of factors. Where a lot of curiosity that I've been seeing is come from streamers playing this game and making people think, oh, I'm going to get this game as well. Also, big YouTubers that have been somewhat partnered with Sony on this game have also built curiosity on Death Stranding. So that will be another factor. It's kind of like...
this game's a hit.
I mean, it hasn't really worked for Xbox, to be honest, because if it did...
It's selling, but hey, look, Adam, I think the difference between Microsoft and how Microsoft does it, how they do their day and date, and how Sony, they talking about the little day and date thing, how the quality of studios that we have.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean.
The quality of studios that Sony has, I think I've said this plenty of times before, man, like, if you take the top
because I was going to say this, right? I'm going to get out before I forget about it. Do you know how much Sony spent this month? Is it, wait a minute, yeah, this month alone, how much Sony spent on, like, the percentage of how much Sony spent on advertisement in October. You know how much they spent?
On what?
Oh,
on what? Death Stranding?
Oh yeah, I was looking at that. No, the whole advertisement.
I saw this shit before it even came up.
Yeah,
and so I tweeted
No,
about it.
whatever.
PlayStation spent more on TV ads in October than any other game publisher, and that is including Xbox, Activision, EA, Electronic Arts, and others at 62.4%. They are always generating TV ads. And I remember last generation, it was a complete opposite. I remember Xbox were generating shit tons of ads because they had the momentum of everything they had. I mean, mainly it was to do with third-party games, but nonetheless, they had momentum. This time around, I mean, I've been seeing Sony really much. They've been putting the clutch, putting the clutch. They've been putting their foot down on the pedal, basically. Every time they have an exclusive or an exclusive deal with someone, they push that pedal down. Someone said to me, what would you think if Sony had the advertising rights for the new Star Wars game, right? Do you think they would have fucking pushed it full speed down on Death Stranding as well as this? And I said to myself, I don't think as much, because obviously Star Wars is a bit more of a universal thing that people want to instantly understand rather than Death Stranding. But I don't see Sony fucking Kojima like that and be like, oh, we're not going to advertise a thing. They will obviously, try and share a certain percentage in which to advertise set games. I mean, I've seen advertising for Death Stranding, and I see it. I get people from my Facebook that I'm friends with, from back in the school days, saying, what's this game? Like, it looks really fucking strange. Like, someone brought up the aspects of Stranger Things, right? Like, it's on the curiosity of Stranger Things when you first saw a trailer of it. It was like, what the fuck is this show? Same thing goes with Death Stranding. What the fuck is this game? So, okay. I'm gonna get it. I'm interested. But yeah. But anyway, I mean, what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying the quality of studios that Sony has way outdo anybody in the game right now, man. And I think that's another big reason why Sony is not going to go day and date anytime soon. I'm not saying it's not a possibility. It is a big possibility. We do have to face it. Yeah. It could be one day they could go day and date, but for right now, I can say the next 5 to 10 years, I can't see it being done.
I mean,
it have to be a major thing going up there day and day. Hold on. If anything is going to go up there day and day, it's not going to be any of their big titles. It's going to be little small.
I feel like games like Medieval.
I agree with that.
I feel like those sort of games like Medieval, some of the smaller games that they do.
Yeah, those type of games. Yeah, you're not going to see. Yeah, you're not going to see God of War 2 up there. You're not
100%. I'm with you on that. 100%. I mean, because I know you guys talked about it earlier on, but you talked about Evolution Studios. And I was like on my phone, like, what the fuck is going on? Because the funny thing with Evolution Studios, right, and this sort of comes into the restructuring issue with Sony, or not issue, but restructuring, and that is to do with the fact that Evolution Studios was, oh god, what was it again? Oh man, so how am I doing this? So basically, when it comes to PlayStation, right, PlayStation have been restructuring the SIE for the past few years, right? They changed the name from Sony Interactive Entertainment. That's what they're calling right now, aren't they? It was called something else before. Sony Computer Entertainment, that was what it was called. It's called Interactive now. Also, in a sense, they're jiggling around pieces, they're renaming positions as well because there's no need for them. And lastly, but not least, instead of having to do the whole bullshit of, like, if you have studios in Europe or, in America or anywhere else in the world, you don't have to have companies of SIE set up in all these different locations, in which makes it harder for SIE in North America to communicate with them to whatever standard it may be, whether it's advertisement, release dates, all these other things. So what they've done is they pulled all the shit together. And this is to do with the aspects of what happened in London, right, or in England. They've closed that part down, and people obviously lost their jobs, but obviously properly. They didn't like cut them off, didn't pay them. They got paid. But again, they put all of that shit together in America so that basically it's all on their doorstep. So it's easy to communicate with their studios, with the advertisement, all the other structures around Sony, which is great. And
basically
that kind
of basically it's all under one umbrella.
And I'm just gonna say that kind of forms the bubble of one of the things as to why Evolution basically got dissolved. It's also a sense that let's be honest, and the only console that I can think of is 360, I think. But how many console launches have we seen that have had a fucking power? I'm not talking about just a good lineup. I'm talking about a really fucking great lineup of games day and date. Because last time I checked, PlayStation 4 did not have a fucking great lineup. As it always has been. Like launch titles in consoles normally are 2 titles that are good, rest of them are third-party games. I never really... And then when it comes to PS4, 2 years later, you start to see the flurry of, okay, now we're getting the good games. Now,
that's not
when
true.
it comes to Sony...
That's not true, though, Adam. That's not true, brother. I don't agree.
But when was the first flurry of good games on the PlayStation 4 then?
What, Killzone?
Well, that's 2. Like I said, that's
dude. That last round.
Yeah, I know about that one, but listen.
That's 2 to 3 games. I'm talking about 4 to 5. Like I'm in the first year or 2.
First of all, Sony always start off real weak with their games.
That's what I mean. They always start out weak.
And I do have to admit with Adam, that first year was lackluster for Sony. It was lackluster.
The other thing as well on top of this, right? I hear this a lot with I hear this a lot with Horizon Zero Dawn 2, God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, whatever, right? I don't want to see those games get released in the first 2 years of that console. Honestly. Reasons why is because those games tend to have a good showcase when you're roughly in, I would say maybe like in the later half of the second year or the third year, where you start to see devs and studios feel out these consoles or the power in these consoles, whatever you want to call it. And that always happens with every console, right? It's always a sense of a studio goes, oh, we've gotten all the juice out of this console and we've pushed it to the limits, and then all of a sudden the next game, right at the end of the generation, they somehow are able to push out more. And it's like, you fucking lie. That I'm not saying they're lying, but they kind of know the gists of like, over the course of a generation of a console, you do see major improvements, and also the studios will update their engines midway through if they are able to, let's just say, put out two games. You know, Naughty Dog, which I'm quite surprised with, were able to put out, 3? Well, actually, no. Yeah, it was 3, wasn't it? You had Lost Legacy, you had Uncharted 4, and you had Last of Us. Which then again, last year we had 4 from them, which was Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and Last of Us.
And even they were able to do that remaster.
Yeah, I know, yeah, well, that's it, yeah. Yeah, but I think...
Yo, let me tell you something. I bet you any amount of money Ghost of Tsushima is going to do diamond quick. I bet you that game's going to go diamond quick. Everybody on the panel, watch this. That game is going to hit diamond quick, man. I kid you not. Ghost of Tsushima is going to hit diamond quick, yo.
Hey, kind of, if I can piggyback off what Adam was talking about, I'm asking the whole panel this. Do y'all think when they first come out with these consoles, do y'all think, like, first of all, if I was a businessman, and I could be totally wrong, if I'm putting out like a $400 to $500 console, I'm knowing that the average consumer is going to get that, and they're going to get at least one game. So do y'all think that's the reason why it be so slow for Sony? Because the average person doesn't have $700-800 to spend when a console comes out. Because you know you have to buy a console, and you want to buy at least 1 or 2 games. So I'm thinking Sony wouldn't put out a headbanger like a God of War or Spider-Man in the beginning of the generation because they're kind of scared that it won't sell in the beginning with the consumer have to buying the console.
I don't really think they think of it that way. Like, remember in the beginning of this gen?
They have this shit. They kind of think about these sort of things. They sort of think about these things before that hits. So, like, if the console's really expensive, big money, right? They will take that into consideration, and they'll probably release those sort of games maybe a year, like 2.5 years. Well, no, actually, a year and a half, maybe 2 years into that set console. But let's just say, like, the PS5 is like, I'm just hypothetically thinking, like a $400 console, right? Which in most people's eyes that I've spoken to in America is a good price, right? If they're able to do that, and then somehow they just say, I don't know, like, again, hypothetically thinking, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 comes out with it, it's like, that'll be a good way of going. I mean, I hear a lot of people talk about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 because of the foliage fucking job listing, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come out, like, soon. But anyway, you know, that is
big money to simplify this shit. Remember, Bloodborne and Infamous are supposed to be launch games, so I really think if they could put out a big hitter at launch, they would. It's not really that, like,
I mean, the order
thought out, you know what I mean? They wanted to this gen.
Launch, if they give me Bloodborne 2 at launch, then I'll have a reason to buy it.
But they say this up to Sony if they want Bloodborne 2 on the PlayStation 5. It's up to them.
Yeah, so yeah, Sony are the ones that are Sony are the ones that are to push that button. It's not enough. There is nothing to do with From Software. The guy's already on board to making Bloodborne 2. It's up to Sony and Japan Studios when they want to do it. Because again, a lot of people forget Japan Studios was a part of that project.
It happened, Sony. Make it fucking happen.
Yeah, well, I think
I'd be scared. You know what? In the beginning of the generation, I'm just scared that if you put out a big, like something that they really depend on, like a Spider-Man game or something like that, I'm so scared because first of all, you want to put out like a lot of different type of games that people like. That's why they try to come out with Drive Club, and they came out with all these different type of games that people might like. I'm thinking that first of all, like I said, if you buy a $400 or $500 console, you're going to buy at least one game to play in that first week. Some people buy 2, some people buy 3. But I think they're averaging, okay, if they spend $400, they're going to spend an extra $60 just to play that game.
Big
That's
money.
when
If they put out a Spider-Man, if they put out
compatibility comes into hand, though, because as we all know, like there's a lot of talk about the aspects of, you know, we got Death Stranding, we know we got Last of Us coming out next year in Goshima. We all know that there's going to be some sense of flexibility with backwards compatibility, and then also on top of that, knowing Sony, they probably want to bring in, like, you know, God of War, Uncharted 4, you know, basically the IPs that they know people are wanting to carry over to the PS5. That's
but if they put out a Spider-Man at launch.
Yeah, I mean,
that's an automatic pass for me.
I wanted to chime in here.
This is my argument about the aspect of wanting a Spider-Man 2 or Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or God of War 2 on release, you know, on launch, because most of the time...
Wait a minute. Basically, everybody, right quick, before you finish, Adam, y'all thinking it's not a risk, right? Y'all don't think it's a risk to put out a big game like that at the beginning?
I believe it's a risk. I believe it's a risk because...
It depends on the console, right?
I mean, if I can get it out, I'll tell you, big money.
I think it's a risk. I think
Big Money's right.
I'm trying to talk to you, bro.
I think Big Money's right. It's a risk.
Dude, it's not.
The console's expensive.
Look, man, I'll give you a perfect example. Look how well Knack and Killzone Shadowfall sold compared to, like, in Killzone since the previous iterations and in Knack since the sequel. The launch lineups will sell, dude. That attach ratio is crazy. The numbers are right there.
So you think Spider-Man's gonna sell 15 million like it did now?
It would sell whenever that release, man. I'm just telling you, if you release a shitty game at launch, it's gonna sell because people have nothing to play. I mean, you saw it for yourselves in Knack and Killzone.
Right? No. J Love, you right, bro. Knack was not the best game ever, but it sold 1 million real quick.
And look how bad the sequel sold, dude. That shit was a launch.
Sam and JayTech, the reason that I like
Killzone was the best-selling Killzone. It was the worst one because it was a launch game.
Yeah, but the only thing I say about that, Sam, is a lot of people
I don't think so. I think Killzone was dope.
You thought it was better than 2 and 3? Not Big Money. J-Love. You thought that was better than 2 and 3? Honestly, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the best one, but it sold the best because it was a launch line of title.
Yeah, but then again, we got to take into consideration of the console itself. Console was cheap.
You also have to take in consideration, I can't see where on the big IP, like look when the Nintendo Switch launched. They launched with Zelda.
Didn't Zelda sell great though?
It's so great. Example. When they were running out of consoles, because they had a shortage of consoles, people were still buying the Zelda just so that when the console came back in stock, they could have it. So it depends on what the IP is.
Yeah, but how much was the Switch on launch?
It was $299.
There you go.
But my point is it also depends on the game that comes out with it. If you put a banger game out, like if they put a shitty ass game out when the Switch launched, do you actually think it was going to sell that well?
If it was a Mario game, yes, or something like that.
I didn't say a Mario game.
No. It's a first party title.
Yeah.
Exclude all that. If they had put out some shitty ass third party game for launch,
Switch still would have sold. The Switch still would have sold.
But with the game have sold.
Exactly.
And you know what, Snow Bunny? I know this has happened before, but piggybacking off what you just said, that was the first time that I realized, like, when they sold that game and they ran out of stock on the Switch, it was so many Zelda games out there in the wild, it was ridiculous.
It was more Zelda games than consoles because people were still just buying the game.
Crazy. I've never witnessed something like that in gaming. I'm not saying it never happened before, but I've never witnessed something like that ever, where it was like it far exceeded how many Switches out there. It was.
The thing is, didn't they? The production of the Switch, console, didn't they undercut it though? At one like they underestimated the Switch, but they thought
exactly.
Like the sense of they didn't. They had a set amount of units made on launch for all the countries, but they didn't expect it to be as big as it was.
Exactly.
Which again can happen with anything. Where it's,
so you're asking if they did it intentionally?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they did.
That'd be pretty savvy, though.
I don't think they did, no. But again, it could be. I mean, it could be a marketing ploy. I mean, if you hear... Like, most of the time, if you hear, like, a game is out of stock, or a console, or whatever is out of stock, normally people are like, oh, damn, this thing sounds really well. Either that, or they just didn't expect the units that they had on supply to go that quick. Basically undercut it. But again, that's a little bit far thinking. I don't think Nintendo did that though. I think they wanted to make.
I remember that.
I think they wanted to sell that, and Zelda as well. Like it's a franchise that everyone knows.
It still blows my mind that Knack did 2 million in that launch period, man. Like that shit just astounded me.
Why you say that, though? Why you say that?
Because it was pretty much a mediocre title at best, dude.
Oh, come on. You know PlayStation has a lot of audiences. You know that, right?
Look how bad the sequel did, dude.
Yeah, but we have the most diverse audience on any platform.
Are you sure about
Why didn't the fan base buy the sequel though?
I did. I can't speak for everybody, but I did.
Sam, you know what I think?
I bought it too.
I don't know, man. I feel like that aspect is it comes to the success of like how PlayStation advertised their console from when they announced it all the way up until launch.
Remember, Resistance Fall of Man sold great compared to the sequels too, man. These launch titles sell. They just do.
Well, yeah, because again, that's the only thing that you can.
They got nothing to play. Right.
Launch.
Yeah, that's it ain't nothing
you pick up your Maddens and your FIFAs and Call of Duty.
So if you put Spider-Man or what Big Money was saying, that wouldn't be a problem. It would still sell great. I don't think it would be.
Oh yeah, because that's a Spider-Man. But then again,
the shitty games sell.
But then again, for me, I don't.
But see, I question that because what you call a shitty game is like people like they're giving Death Stranding zeros. They saying Death Stranding is a shitty game. I don't know because Killzone and
no, I mean a shitty game compared to God of War, whatever. You know what I mean? Like upper echelon. That's not an upper echelon game, Knack.
What Killzone?
Yeah, I'm only talking about like those big games that everybody is waiting on.
I'm sorry. Do not release any of your big titles for a launch title, not unless you're fucking 100% sure they are ready for that launch.
Exactly, and that look, I think that what we've been talking about. Hold on, Adam. What we've been talking about with the evolution and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't ever want something.
This is why we're bringing it up.
Yeah, I don't ever want something like that to happen again, though. If you're not ready, don't even tease it.
Here's the thing, though, right? Because we're talking about this, and I'm gonna bring this fucking game up. Halo Infinite, right? We've seen the first thing we saw was like a trailer of the new engine that they did, right? And then this year they did a CG. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know if it was gameplay, if it was CG. I don't know. All I know is that game did not look like a current running game, right? That game didn't look like a next generational title. That game looked like a current gen title to me. And I'm like, okay, when's this coming out? Next year in the fall for the Scarlet. I'm one of these people that's on the fence, like and ahhing about if that's going to be a launch title, and if they do hit that launch, how rushed that game's going to be. Because I can tell you, that game is either going to be a massive fucking flop in the reviews and just overall establishments, but then the fans are going to be like, oh, it's an amazing game, but really it fucking sucks. Or they're going to, in my honest opinion, delay the fucking thing until next year and mid next year. Which
Joe Mama, fucking Death Stranding moment though.
That's true. Exactly, Fatal. I agree.
What if Halo Infinite turns out to be a damn good game from a lot of people, man? I mean, after all, look at what Kojima did with Death Stranding, only having 3 years in development.
Yep.
I mean,
you'd have to go way left with Halo.
That's true, yeah.
You're gonna compare those.
I mean, to be honest, Gears of War did the same thing.
But I mean, Gears of War did the same thing.
Do you expect Halo to be anything other than a shooter? I mean, because like Death Stranding is way off the wall, dude.
Yeah,
I know that.
I get it.
As far as development time goes.
Hey, that motherfucker, hey, Joe Mama, you something else, Joe Mama. I seen this put up in there.
No, but I understand what you're saying, though, Adam. Dude, I am a little bit worried.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it is a bit dodgy, right? You know, like they they got the EXO. They got the EXO 19 thing in London, right? They're hyping it up because they've got Obsidian there. They've got Ninja Theory. It's like, okay, cool, but you do this every fucking time you have an event, and it's lackluster. So when it comes to Halo Infinite, I expect them to show at E3 next year. I expect them to get fucking Ninja on stage and be like, yo, I'm gonna play this fucking game. It's like, okay, dickhead, play it.
Yo, if they get that method on stage, I'm done, dude.
You know what I mean? It's just
smart.
Nah, bro. And
they would be smart.
I mean, there's so much.
I don't know how everybody is reacting to Ninja and how he says that people should
his career's gone down the shit, man.
Yeah, how he's saying that professional players should not be banned for cheating. So his career right now is a little bit up in the air.
Okay, he's feeling himself.
Yeah, it's going south. There's no way it's going south.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though, Fail, like with Halo, because obviously I like the Halo 1, 2, and 3, ODST and Reach. They're all good. You know, I like those games. When it comes to recent ones like 4 or 5. And I don't know. I played Halo Wars 1, but anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I hope Halo somehow does like a God of War and it comes back to its fruition and like it's as good as what it can be. But for me, I'm just like with Halo, my hands are up in the air. Like I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Adam. I'm kind of like I'm sitting back. I mean, I'm not big on Halo. I mean, I fucking multiplayer a little bit, but I'm not a big Halo dude. Yeah. Gears is really the only series that Microsoft has under their belt, no longer Fable, unless Fable comes back. It's rumored to come back, and I'm pretty sure fucking better come back.
I mean,
Gears is really the only series that I fuck with, man.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, going back to the whole Jim Ryan thing, because obviously this is where it all came from. Yeah, I think PlayStation. I'm liking the moves that they're doing at PlayStation because when I heard about because obviously we'll talk about Herman in a bit because that's a big thing in Shuhei. A lot of people are wondering about why Shuhei has changed positions because Herman hasn't. He's took in the position, but there was something else. There's another one that has basically the name of it has been scrapped because it doesn't need to exist. And
we didn't know what these guys did anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, somebody told me the reason he got demoted. Hey, motherfucker told me the reason he got demoted is because of Death Stranding. They said he got demoted because of Death Stranding. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, it's like I said earlier on, right? It's sense of they had offices in America, in Europe, in England, in Asia, and it's like if you want to communicate with all these things, you've got to get emails, you've got Skype ready, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, and you're sort of like rushing to do things, and it's just hard, right? Whereas now it's like, how about we kind of bring people into one space where it's easier to communicate whether a game's going to launch or not, whether they need help, if advertisement's good on that end, or if the services are needing a bit of an adjustment, or if there's something like a new idea that needs to be planned out, they can do that with ease. So going into next, this PS5 generation, like I'm not much of a fan of Jim Ryan because he has done some stuff in the past that's been a bit skeptical and a bit like iffy, right? But when it comes down to the aspect of business, like when money's involved, the guy normally tends to understand where he has to go with it, and I like that about him, which is good. But again, that doesn't outweigh some of the things that I don't like about him. But here's the thing about that: Herman being the new guy, right? The new head. It's like, okay, that's a good move because now you've got a guy that understands the basics, the basics of studios. He's been working. I don't know how many years he's been working a part of Playboy in the industry, let alone a part of under PlayStation, but it's been a long time, and I know that. So
he's been around since PS1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly, right? So he understands. For me, he will understand more than what Sean does or Shuhei does, because again, like he's made games and he's done this and that. So it's like, okay, it's perfect.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the stream, man. Shout out to all the 41 up in here, bro. Thank y'all for coming.
We'll talk about it in a bit. I mean,
anybody that's trolled, whatever, let them troll, bro. Let them troll. They come to see us, so thank y'all for all y'all coming out. Even the trolls, thank y'all for coming to check us out, bro.
Thank you, trolls.
Can
we
y'all
love you.
hit the button, hit the like button, please?
Yeah, don't be
like even the trolls. If you don't like us, hit whatever button you like, troll. Joe Mama, you something else, bro. Joe Mama. You something else.
I miss that show.
I don't know if any of you guys want to add on to the whole Jim Ryan thing, or if you want to go on to the aspects of Herman and Shuhei.
Look, just like Sam, I don't know what some of these people actually do outside of what Jim Ryan's doing.
Or your
just everybody, because I got here late, so I don't know if they talked about it.
I had Big Money and JayTech going at it, like throat to throat.
The fuck did I miss that?
Sound like a debate.
Yeah, because this motherfucking JayTech think he know everything, man.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Big Money, I gotta be honest.
You said about the future of games, like if this will be I think it was with J Love about if this is the future of games. When it comes to that, I will agree with you on the aspect that it isn't the future of games, of course, right? But when it comes down to what other developers and studios learn from Death Stranding, I will agree with J Love. I do think that a lot of devs will be looking at this game thinking that they could build on top of what Death Stranding tried to do, especially with the aspect of what's it called again, the world building, right? And sort of.
Yeah, that's good. I just don't want motherfuckers to think that we want some shit like this every month. Because if they put a game like this out every motherfucking month, I'm changing my hobby. I'm changing my motherfucking hobby.
What I was going to say to you was when you were talking about this, through this generation, right? And a lot of people talk about this within the industry. Sony haven't really taken a lot of chances on titles such as Death Stranding or wacky ideas in the sense, right? They haven't done a lot of it. They haven't taken chances because of how well they've done. But by the end of this generation, because they are where they are, they can take those chances. It's like with last generation, right? When they were behind Xbox, they didn't mind taking these chances because they weren't in the limelight, right? But when, that's the thing. Like, they took those chances and they worked out for them with those, sort of wacky indie games and some of the bigger games as well. So when it comes to Death Stranding, of course, Hideo Kojima's on the cover, of course, and everyone talks about it in the sense of, would it have sold if it didn't have his name or crap like that, which I don't really give a fuck about. But when it comes to the idea of Death Stranding, I'm just trying to think of any sort of out there games on the PS4, and I can't think of any.
Dude, it straight up reminds me of a Nintendo game. That's what it reminds me of when I play it.
Oh shit! Nobody.
This isn't.
Any chances, man.
The story's wacky as shit, but what you're actually doing.
I don't think he's saying that as a negative. I think
no.
He's saying out the box craziness of it is something you wouldn't expect Sony to do. You would expect Nintendo to come out with something this off the wall and out the box, but not Sony.
And this is the thing, the gameplay isn't really that out of the ordinary if you played games like, let's say, on another level like on fucking Harvest Moon or even Stardew Valley or even growing up like I played Paperboy. They're built off these ideas that you played already. So the deeper you get into the game, it's going to feel more familiar.
You're supposed to be creating here.
We don't. I mean, I don't. It's the final aspect of as individual gamer. Do you like playing the same games over and over again, like third person, first person?
Absolutely.
Because this shit's an OCD game.
It's the same sort of thing, like regurgitate with different skin and a couple new things. And then once in a while, you'll get a game like Death Stranding where it's a completely out there game that people are, I find it boring and lackluster. And it's but
Adam, I was telling JayTech this yesterday. If this was an indie game at $20, this shit would have got 10s and 9s. I'm telling you. Like the AAA status, actually, I feel like held it back.
I just think about that. Yeah, you look at it like that, in that way. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Nah, bro, it's a AAA OCD game. That's what it is.
Look, I'm gonna be honest
There's
too.
only one reason why I want to play Death Stranding.
Boca Loca, if this game came out as
I do feel like this game is out there. Like this is definitely an idea Sony looked at, and we
it's just you got to put work into it early in the game.
I definitely feel like with PlayStation, with this game,
my neck is here.
like Sony looked at Death Stranding and thought, this is a really out there idea, and we haven't taken a lot of chances this generation with ideas like this. Fuck it, let's just do it. So at the end of the generation, we've already sold a set amount of consoles. Might as well.
Well, to Sam and to Adam, everybody on the panel, this is what I was saying on a live stream, on the Xbox live stream. I said,
let me just say this, man. If this game was pitched at the beginning of this generation, right, I don't think it would have done well. But because they're at the end of the generation,
I still would have done shit.
It's an understandable thing.
Now, what you saying,
it's timing. I think some games are to do. I mean, I'm not saying every game, but some games there is a reaction to it that has to do with timing.
Well, you gotta look at the audience. Well, Adam, look at the audience the PlayStation has. PlayStation has that audience for Death Stranding.
Well, it's like Resident Evil. Think of Resident Evil, right? I'll put Resident Evil in this hand, right? Resident Evil 5 and 6, absolute fucking... Oh, God, what the fuck were they doing in those games, right? Then they went ahead, remastered Resident Evil 0 or 1, then... remastered. And then they did Resident Evil 7, a brand new take on it, right? Which everyone was, shocked that it was a first-person game. It was like, oh, shit, what the fuck? And then they did the remaster of 2.
Is Death Stranding possible on the Xbox? Is Death Stranding possible on the Xbox?
It's possible.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait,
I don't think he means possible as in running. I think you mean possible as in being a success with the players.
Exactly.
Oh, hell no.
Definitely not.
So you're saying to me, if Death Stranding was on the Xbox only, right? Let's say that.
Right.
Nobody would be building shit, dude. If it was only on Xbox, you wouldn't see anything being built.
The only motherfucker building shit.
Right? It'd be one bridge, fatal.
I'm saying right now, I don't think this game wouldn't have been a success, no, because again, yeah?
Hey, I would sign on my other accounts, man, and go like my own shit.
Yeah, fatal, that's fucked up, man.
Swipe right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't care, dude.
Yeah, sorry, what's going on, J-Love? To answer your question, no, I don't think it would have been more popular, and that's, again, down to the timing in which this game came out. There's lots of...
Let me ask everybody this. Do y'all think this is going to be in the running for Game of the Year?
Yeah,
yes.
I do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Big money.
What's the chance y'all think it's going to win?
Yeah.
Big money. Your question is so fucking broad, though. If you said the Game Awards, I'll be like, maybe not.
Okay, the Game Awards. Do y'all think the Game Awards will make this game Game of the
Jeff
Year?
Keighley.
It will be nominated, yes.
I agree.
I think it would win because Jeff Keighley's in the game and he's been praising nothing about the game.
True, I'm with nobody.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder if that motherfucker is actually gay for Kojima or something. I don't know. The guy creeps me out, man.
He is
The guy
creepy.
creeps me out. The guy creeps me out, man. But the main reason why I want to play Death Stranding, though, is because I really want to see if this is a game that Kojima can really put to the forefront without actually having a developer breathing down his fucking neck.
Dude, it really impressed me how refined this game is.
I mean, like I said, that's the main reason why I want to play it. Like the whole entire interesting aspect about the game and how quirky it is, dude. Like, I look for games like that. I love obscure titles like that, right? I mean, obviously this is not obscure per se because it's Kojima we're talking about here. But the thing of it is, I'm not a big Kojima. I love Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. I thought 4 was dog shit, and I thought 5 was one of the worst things he's ever done. So my fucking theory is going into this game is I want to go into this game completely blinded. And I want to see if he can actually properly make a good freaking game on his own without Konami breathing down his fucking neck. And I want to be pretty hard on that aspect because I don't think Kojima is that very good of an actual game designer. I really don't.
You might be right, but he's got his entire team backing him along with Gorilla on this one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm hoping to God that when I go into this game, I know I'm going to look, if I can put 200 hours in to see if these with no cost, Death Stranding's going to be
Yeah, you're good.
Damn. Well, you're going to have a good time, dude.
I ain't worried about that. Oh, I'm good. I know, dude. I wish I had it. Because I really want to fucking play it.
Yeah,
I put close to 20 hours into it, man. It just keeps getting better. It opens up. It's truly something that's unique and just really special in its own way. But it's really hardcore, and that's what I meant about putting all that work in the beginning of the game.
Right.
You know, it's not for casuals at all, dude.
That's not
Sam, can I ask you something?
Yo, yeah.
Real quick, after you get through with the game, do you see yourself going back to this game?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go back to it, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I want to see what they're going to end up doing and how the world's going to evolve with all the structures and people. You know, they're going to end up learning more about how to utilize stuff in general.
Sam,
I'm already seeing it because I'm in the second region.
Sam, did you buy the game or?
I'm game sharing with JayTech.
So how big do you think you would want to play the game again off of how good it is to you? Do you think this is a one and done type of game, or you can find yourself like,
I would say this has more replay value than most of the Sony games, to be honest. Like, just story-based games. This stuff, you can go back because of the online component, so.
Yeah, but Sam, what he's trying to ask you is, would you replay the story again?
The story so far is good, dude. If you just want to do main quests and go cutscene to cutscene, you could do that. It'd speed up the game a lot, so.
Based on myself, man, based on the length of this game, I will just do it once and that's it. No, I'm really curious to go back through the story.
Again, I haven't finished the game, so I might not like the rest of it, but at this point, I'm like, no, it keeps getting better. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm still in the eastern region, man. I said to myself yesterday I was gonna go over to the next region. I'm still in the fucking first region, basically getting all the stars up for all the people.
Adam, go to the next region because I need you to build shit for me, okay?
Dude, I tell you right now, bro. I looked at the bridges that I built, the generators that I built. I've upgraded them to level 3. All the structures that I built. I've got fucking thousands and thousands of likes on my shit, man. I'm like, damn.
So how big the map is, y'all?
That shit is big. It's big ass fucking map.
How big the map is? It's big.
Oh, it's gigantic. It's gigantic as fuck.
Big, yo.
Yeah.
There's different regions,
man. I need to find somebody that I can game share with, dude, because I got so much shit on my account, dude.
So
I would bet, but I already got somebody I've been game sharing.
How the comeback is, y'all? How the comeback is?
It's smooth, man. I've had no issues with it.
No, yeah.
I'm lying, Sam. I'm lying. You know
I'm not lying. I have gameplay up. You can watch it. You can watch my gameplay.
Yeah, the game is
It even has that Kojima creativeness where you can fuck with the enemies and stuff. So
I think you know what I got a feeling, Sam. You know what I got the feeling that kind of like Red Dead. Well, remember how so much when Red Dead came out, everybody was talking about it. I'm thinking that when Star Wars come out, I think you're not going to see too many people talking about that.
Last Jedi or that freaking.
The one that comes out Friday.
I'll put money on that big money.
That new shitty one that's coming out there on Friday.
The single player.
Fatal, I'm not gonna front. It looks good though. I don't know for some reason this Star Wars.
I've got big money, right? I think you are kind of right in that sense, but I do feel like that game won't.
I'm not saying that people are not going to stop playing it. I'm not saying that people are going to stop playing it. What I'm saying is people stop talking about it.
Like people play that game, they'll go away from Death Stranding to play that game, and they'll come back to Death Stranding, and they'll just keep on with that game because there's a lot that you can do in Death Stranding.
No, the things that I've seen, dude, especially if you're a Kojima fan, you're gonna be talking about this shit for months, man. And I don't want to spoil anything, but there's stuff that just fucking blew me away, and I'm just like, I gotta talk about this with somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna keep this game going in terms of word of mouth.
I mean, yesterday we were talking about what? We were talking about the Void Outs, we were talking about the Dooms.
No, I mean, I'll tell you after the stream, Adam, but I saw this one shit that I was just like, yo, this shit just blew my mind. And this was when I was in the regular terminal room, they're just sitting. Damn. Like, there's a lot of Easter eggs and stuff, man. It's insane, man. It has the Kojima mark all over it. Know what I mean? But the gameplay's totally unique in its own way.
That's what I like about this game, though, man. Like, again, Kojima likes to do these sort of things where he throws these sort of little tidbits in. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? But I like it.
Dude, he completely mind-fucked me yesterday, and I was just literally sitting in the room looking at my phone.
Does anybody want to talk about Death Stranding with this light bright fella?
Killing my ears.
No, please, no, not that guy. Anybody but him. Damn, bro. We got a full party today. We got like so many people in here.
Say, Adam, I got a topic. What you feel about Guerrilla Games making a multiplayer game? They hiring for that too.
Well, I've already said my thoughts. If there had to be a launch title for PlayStation, I wouldn't mind if Guerrilla were making a Killzone, multiplayer-only Killzone, because, as we all know, this generation, and we've heard it from Sony executives, we haven't had a lot of multiplayer games. That's the only part that Sony have lacked in, but it's not much of, like, a bad thing, because we know, because the whole third-party aspect, but I wouldn't mind them doing that. Like, I wouldn't mind a Killzone multiplayer game that came out.
Adam, did you like the Killzone Shadow 4 multiplayer? What?
When it comes to Killzone Shadow 4,
it's
a bit of an iffy one for me, man. Because, like, listen, when it comes to Killzone Shadow 4, I like the game. The thing that I don't like, and it's kind of the sense of like this retro aspect of game design. I didn't like the movement system, the clunkiness of that game. It just felt so fucking bad.
It's like Call of Duty for seniors.
Exactly. And it's like, if they could, and it's also said the field of view with the camera, right? You're like, the player feels so pushed up against the gun. It's like, you're like in a box. It's like, oh God, like, no. You want, if they could somehow loosen that shit.
They gotta casualize that shit. That's what you mean.
The camera. I tell you right now, Killzone could be a really good shooter for PlayStation, right? If they did that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it was bad.
I thought the Killzone Shadow 4 multiplayer was dope. I thought it was dope.
I'm with you, J-Lo, but I hated the campaign.
Yeah, Killzone 2 and 3, multiplayer and single player were fucking great. I like those games.
You gotta understand, that's a high production value game. You gotta understand, that game was, if you look at the game, it sold you just by looking at it. That game wasn't cheap to make. That game was on that game was on another level, man.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't cheap to make, but it was a fucking cheap-ass, boring-ass game.
Yeah, it was the lowest budgeted Killzone game out of all, the three?
I think a lot of people was, people was just
but it made the most back.
PS4 coming out, And when they showed that trailer, hey man, when I first seen that trailer, I was like, oh my god, but it don't do nothing different. It didn't even have that many guns in there. I'm like, man, it only had one new gun.
It did the touchback great. I'll give it that.
That's the sense of it, though, isn't it? Remember when Killzone Shadowfall was first shown at the PS4 event, right? Everyone was like, "Oh my god, this game looks so good, it looks so amazing," because again, it was new. Then you think about it right now, and you're like, "Oh god, it wasn't. Oh no, that shit didn't age well." It still looks great, but it looks amazing.
A friend of mine's been trying to get me into fucking getting Infamous Second Son, man. He's like, "Yo, you play that game, you play Spider-Man." I was like, "All right, cool." And I'll play.
Yep. Hey, did you play The Order? Did you play The Order?
Yeah, I played The Order. Yeah, I beat it.
How'd you like it?
All right. I wanted that game. I hated it at first, and then when I found out about what happened to that game during the development cycle and shit like that, I kind of felt bad for them. And I kind of wish fucking Ready at Dawn was still around. Give it a sequel to that game because I firmly believe that game deserves.
They spent so much time on that fucking engine to that game.
Yeah.
Was ridiculous.
I know. Yeah. That game, like fucking to this day, I still think that game looks better than anything that's touched.
If that engine, man, I haven't seen anybody use that engine.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like to this day, regardless of what resolution that game's running at, that game still looks better than anything that's on PS4 today.
Very good. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they did with that engine, but they
I let everybody know.
Order? Yeah, I don't know. Order is like pushing some graphical boundaries there, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna let everybody know on this panel if they announce an Order Part 2. I'm jumping out the window.
I'm rooting. That would be a great launch game.
That game deserves it, man.
Yes, it would. Yes, it does. It does.
I'm gonna commit
suicide. I just hate that they had vampires in the motherfucking game, but you didn't get to play it. But just think, man. If you played the second game, can you imagine fighting werewolves during the day and fighting vampires at night? Like,
yes, dude. Yes, big money. Yes.
It'd be like what's that one called again? American Werewolf.
Why do we have better ideas than them? I don't understand. Like they're the millionaires, so we got better ideas.
Bloodborne, when that game dropped, like that was like that first highlight for the fucking PS4.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Order, man, the problem with that was that they spent so much time on the fucking engine that they forgot all about the other aspects of the game.
Yeah, you know what, Adam? I agree with that, Adam. I agree with that.
But the game had so much potential, though, man. It's like when you go through it, even to this day, like there's so many parts that you know that like they cut shit out of that shit. Like they were just things that just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like think of it as like kind of like Guerrilla in a sense, right? Guerrilla, they did Killzone Shadowfall, right?
And they
which again, great engine, but the game was like in the middle of like good and bad. And then when you went to go and when they went to make Horizon Zero Dawn, that game, it was like, oh shit, all right, let's go again.
I got the collector's edition for it. I'm looking at it right now.
Hey, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Mad love to. Hey, thanks to everybody that come to check us out. Shout out to the panel: Adam, Sam, Fatal, Eddie, J Love, JayTech, Snow Bunny. How you doing, baby? And my man Yellow just jumped in, man. I love y'all to death. I'm finna get up out of here, man.
Hey, Big Money, before you go, I got a question, G. Big Money. Yo, did you see the pizza I delivered, motherfucker?
Hey, I'm out, y'all, man.
Have a good one, Big Money.
Yo, I'm out too as well, guys, man.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Look, we gonna leave up out of here early today, so I say that's at like 4:30. So we got a couple more minutes. Any other topics? Anything people want to talk about? Now, yeah, of course, we're doing another. This will be day 3 on YouTube. I already did day 3 on Twitch. Day 3 on YouTube, and that will be for Death Stranding. So I will be streaming more of whatever I'm doing on Death Stranding today. And then, of course, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be streaming tomorrow, too.
You live streaming at what time, Jay?
Tonight, after the podcast at 5. fuck it. I start at 5. Just
Oh,
want
if
to
you
hurry up.
Be on to midnight.
Maybe not, because I might want to hop off and finish this anime and try to watch AEW. Because I'm getting a little late.
Bro, this game makes you forget about time.
Don't tell me, Eddie. I didn't watch the last episode and I didn't watch the main event, so I don't know. Let me watch that and I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. But I've been trying to struggle to watch AEW, but then I've been playing Death Stranding a lot. But I got combat gameplay on my YouTube channel, and I have motorcycle gameplay for Death Stranding. Both on my Twitch. Sorry. If you go to my Twitch, you'll see motorcycle gameplay as well as combat, melee combat. You already know the type of person I am. I like proving people wrong, so I have that.
Let me just ask. Can I ask Snowbunny something? What's cool? When does Sword and Shield come out, Snowbunny? Is it next week?
Yep.
Friday.
All right.
You think Star Wars is gonna be effective on Pokemon,
in the
Adam?
panel, but Jay, Adam, Sam, I'm gonna be in the chat, man. I gotta get up out of here, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all some real life shit.
Okay,
okay,
man.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, it comes out the same day as Star Wars.
Yeah, I was asking Adam because Adam believes it's a dark horse.
I know that game's that's gonna be a bit. No, I'm gonna see. Well, it's Pokemon, so I'm expecting a lot of buzz.
This is a 3D one, right?
Yeah, this is 3D. Wow. Yeah.
It's gonna do numbers, man.
I'm going to be on the at the midnight release.
Oh,
it'll be crowded.
There would be a big ass line.
Damn, did y'all hear about? Y'all forgot about the 2 new VR games coming out? The Last Labyrinth and the Golem for PlayStation VR.
It's the first time I heard of them, to be honest.
The Last Labyrinth is about people who did Bloodborne. Remember that one?
So they did another one. Okay, so their second VR project.
I guess so. Yeah.
Wait, you mean there's another one? They did another one.
Was the one before that like Insane or some shit?
Yeah.
Scene. There you go.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Something Latin.
I don't know. I think the Last Labyrinth is by them. I don't know. It kind of looks like it.
I still gotta pick up that Creed VR.
Yeah, I'm sorry I came in late, bro. Like, literally, I was trying to get to the fucking... There's this guy in the Eastern region called The Musician, like, the Leiden fan, man, and he was like, I wonder where the fuck he was, and I was, like, trekking over mountains and shit to try and get to him. It was crazy.
Yeah, I've been doing what Adam's doing because I did that and a lot of RPGs like God of War. I did it in Horizon.
I'm still in the first region, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing what you're doing. I've done that in so many RPGs. I don't like moving on before I finish everything. And yeah, I have to play the game on hard to get it platinum, and I cross that road when I do. But I'm hoping to God it's New Game Plus. I really am. I don't think it will be, but I hope it is, man. I can only hope.
If you could start the game with the bike right away, that'd be delightful. I'd love that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
But the rumors saying that they supposed to Soulcom supposed to get a reboot, y'all.
Yeah, they've been putting that rumor out all gen. We waited 6 years.
With Soul Calibur?
No, SOCOM, the military shooting game.
They've been rumoring that.
Yeah, bro. Look, Eddie, that's why I tell you, I believe it when I see it. For 6 years, they said we would get one this gen. So how am I gonna believe that we get one next gen when ain't shit happen this gen?
That's like the Nintendo. That's like the Nintendo rumor that Earthbound or Mother 2 is coming out for the every gen since the first one.
Damn, Earthbound.
That's like that rumor.
What's going on the SOCOM? Yeah, because I heard about this. Someone on Twitter said something to Shuhei about SOCOM. And he replied with like a very jokey, playful tweet that kind of might be a nod that they might. I don't know if he's playing with them or not. But they might be making it. I don't know. Again, people, these guys can play with people's heads with ease, man.
All I'm gonna say, bro, whatever they're doing for the launch of PS5, it is gonna be kept secret. One thing I gotta give Sony credit: this generation they've kept secrets better than they ever did back in the day. They have been doing a great job keeping secrets. Like, and I love it too. Like, they're doing a very, very good job.
I got better at suing people.
That too. Rainer.
Snow Bunny, what's up with
Sending out
Metroid?
cease and desist.
Snow Bunny, what's up with Metroid? When is that coming out?
Well, right now they're not saying anything because the studio that was working on it, they did not like the direction it was going, so they took it from the studio and gave it back to Retro Studios, and they basically scrapped it and restarted it.
Oh, damn!
I was reading it.
Got pushed back.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what happened. And Nintendo released an announcement like earlier this year, late last year.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Saying that they want to apologize for the delay in Metro Prime 4, that they announced it too soon, but the studio that was working on it was not up to the level that they wanted it. They took it from that studio and gave it back to Retro Studios, who made the first Metro Prime.
That's how you know. That's how.
So
you
it's
know
like what happened with the new Final Fantasy, or the remake, I should say.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
But that's how you know. That's how you know Nintendo ain't no joke, boy.
Well, that's how you know
Something that important, you gotta keep it in house, man.
They care about that game, man. They want to make sure that Metroid game is up to a certain standard where they know their fans are just gonna like it, man. Because like games like Link, Mario, Zelda, Mario, Metroid, even Star Fox. Like if you see those sort of titles that come out, you want them to be up to a certain level, man. Like
I ain't gonna front. Nintendo ain't no joke. Yeah, Nintendo.
See, Bunny told me that. They done that.
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing. So right now they're mums about it. Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, with that
I'm thinking that's going to come next year, and I think they didn't release it this year because of Astral Chain. Because they're both done by Platinum Games.
Next year gonna be a competitive year, but I wanted to talk to Big Money and other people about this. I talked to Adam. We gotta be quick because I do want to get the fuck off here and play Death Stranding. We got a lot of games. We got Lost Soul Side. We got Project Awakening. We got Grand Blue Fantasy. We got Ghost of Tsushima. There's a lot of games that are slated to come out on the PS4 before the PS5 comes out. But can they still come out before the PS5 comes out? That's what I'm saying. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't, because if they are really concrete about the backwards compatibility as far as the PS4 library, I think it's all right if you bring out a game at the launch of the PS5, just like what happened with Zelda. You see what I'm saying?
Like I said in the beginning, it all depends on where this console falls. If this price of this console falls in a point where like it is like the PS4, where fans are like very surprised that it's that price instead of it being cheap, they won't feel like they're constrained to be like, okay, we have to wait for certain games we have to wait to bring out these games, because again the early adopters isn't going to be as much as a level as what it could be in the next 2 to 3 years. And obviously this comes from the same factor of Jim Ryan said. They are aiming to make sure that PS4 to PS5 transition is very fucking smooth.
Yeah, but
like they want you to be able to, on people that own a PS4, PS5 is going by. No, it's too expensive.
Cinema is going to be like a cross-platform where it's going to come out on PS4 and launch with the PS5.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
because right now we already know the PS5 is doing holiday 2020. We still have no release date for Ghost of Tsushima.
But it was, or I guess architecture of the. I don't know how this is gonna work, man. I don't know.
That's always the case. You see.
I mean, but the thing is, that's what we assume it was made off of. We haven't heard nothing else about it. No, what I'm saying is they showed it and they announced it and everything, but we haven't heard anything else about it since. Think about how long it was that they showed us information about Ghost of Tsushima. They went radio silent. They went radio silent about.
I mean, normally they go from the base consoles to the next consoles. So depending how they think about going forward with like whether they improve the PS5 version is up to them. But like we again, like you said, Big Snowbunny, we haven't heard anything about this game since 2018 at E3. Which is when we last saw it, technically.
But put it like this, Adam. These are the makers of Sucker Punch that made Infamous, right? So this game is. You think this game is finished? You think Ghost of Tsushima is finished? Anybody here?
No, it's not finished. No.
Yeah, I hold my breath.
No, because like I said, they've gone radio silent on it.
So nobody.
It's definitely like it's already like. For me, I know this game's at least 50% done. It's already on that benchmark. I'll probably say like 75% done. So it's still got a fair bit left.
So you don't think this game is done?
Well, not fully, no.
No. I think it'll be done by next year.
I mean, it depends on how they work on it, you see. Some people, they tend to do the whole thing where they make the story from start to finish, right? And then they go for that length. So they basically make it from start to finish and are able to play it from start to finish. Then they start incorporating all the little tiny things here and there, whether it's going to be, if it's an open world game, they start to add in like the side missions and all that stuff like that. Or if it's like, a linear game, but then it's got, some, sort of mechanics in which it's very diverse and creative for the player. They go through that, and also you got the aspects of bugs.
How long the game Adam has been in development? Ghost of Tsushima. How long has it been in development?
Well, they released thing in 2014. They started this, I think, roughly around 2015 was mentioned. So, I mean, it's been like, it'd be like 5.
It's on 4 years. It's 4 years now. Next year, it'll be about a 5-year turnaround, like it was with God of War. If they do God of War like 5 years, it'll be next year that they drop it. But I don't think they're going to announce it anytime soon because they got Final Fantasy remake coming, and they have The Last of Us 2. If they announce another exclusive close to those, they're murdering their own sales.
It should be right around. I think that game for me, that game's gonna release roughly around I think it'll be like September, October time.
Which will be close to the launch of the PS5.
If I was them, I would just save it for the launch. Why even release it? I don't that shit.
I mean, if Snow Bunny's right, it's a sense of double dipping, which people say, people are not going to do that, but they will.
Look at what people did with Breath of the Wild. That's what they did. That was Nintendo's swan song for the Wii U. It released on both the Wii U and the Switch. Yeah. They could easily do something like that. It wouldn't be PlayStation 4's swan song, but I'm just saying they could release it for people.
Tsushima game, they've done a lot with it. They before they started it, they went to. They actually
oh, you mean release it then re-release it? I thought you meant release it and then just make it backwards compatible. I get what you mean.
Yeah,
they're releasing it twice.
On how they go about it, because again, we don't know how they're going to go about it. But it could be backwards compatible with like an update, or it could be it could be just a version of the PS5 game and the PS4 game.
So if they want to be dicks, they could just re-release it like The Last of Us remaster and just make more money. If they want to be that greedy.
That definitely worked for Last of Us because again, there was a very big percentage of people that didn't play Last of Us because again, it's like the end of the generation, and you had GTA 5 the previous year, so it was like
the consumers they'll buy anything. Like if you do that, if you do this, they'll buy it. It really doesn't matter.
Again, it's kind of difficult to talk about next generation because, especially with Xbox and PlayStation, because we know about the consoles and all that bits and bobs, but like it's the layout in which they're gonna do things. It's kind of strange. There's no clear cut thing.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If Sucker Punch is working on this game still, I think it's near completion, and they should be working on the next Infamous.
No, but listen, J Love. This is what I want to tell people, and I want to say this to everybody on the panel. I want to say this to everybody that's watching. I don't want Sony to be like Nintendo, and I don't want Sony to be like Microsoft, because they don't need to. So no, they don't need to put out Spider-Man after Spider-Man. They don't need to put out Infamous after Infamous. Allow them to have their Hold on.
I respect that, Jay.
Allow them to have their creative freedom. Within each studio, they have a rotation. And I've talked about this before. Naughty Dog is not only known for fucking Uncharted. They do Last of Us. They're also known for Jak and Daxter. We have Insomniac, known for Spyro the Dragon, known for Ratchet and Clank, known for
There's also
Resistance.
new studio acquisitions as well that they have yet to disclose. Well, they've yet to announce.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is
they've already done.
They're gonna do some stuff for next gen, but I would not tell a lot of people to say, "Hey, Horizon Zero Dawn, Part 2, or Spider-Man Part 2." Like, come on, bro. They're more skilled than just doing one-trick ponies.
No.
And Sony is not gonna allow them to fucking continuously milk just one game. These are big games.
You that, Jay, but guess what? These people are expecting these games. These are big games.
They can expect them, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll do it. Look at Nintendo with Luigi's Mansion. We're only on the third one, and it came back. The first one came out in 2001. Look at Luigi's Mansion, and then look at Bayonetta. We're only on the third Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have
Bayonetta
to
doesn't
release.
sell. It sucks.
No, but what I'm saying is that you don't have to do it every year.
Right, but Snow Bunny. Naughty Dog said, and everybody on this panel knows, and in the comment section, I mean on the live stream, everybody knows that Naughty Dog said we're done with Uncharted. Don't you know you got an uproar from people saying, "Yo, we want more Uncharted"?
Yeah, you have an uproar, but that doesn't.
Yeah, they're just gonna outsource it, J-Lo.
That's cool, J-Lo. That's cool, but that should never be all the studio is known for. If they, look what happened with look what happened with Bungie.
Sony did Uncharted Golden Abyss. That was a good game.
Exactly, but look what happened with Bungie. Look what happened with Epic Games, bro. They did not want to only make Gears and Halo. You see what I'm saying? You gotta look. I know people love them, right? But we don't know if people gonna keep buying them if they milk. Nintendo can get away with that. Okay, they can get away with that. They can.
People like they can get away with
They
it.
can keep making Mario, and it will sell millions and millions.
But then again, the thing is, fans will wait. That's the thing. You see, all the titles all the titles that we've mentioned, including the Nintendo ones, it is the factor of there's a fan base for those games.
Support Bayonetta.
In which they know are coming at some point in time, and they will wait. It's like Last of Us, right? They released Uncharted 4 in, what was it, 2016? 2015? Wasn't it? Or 2016?
16.
Yeah, and then later on that year, what did they do? They announced they announced Last of Us Part 2. And it's like, why you've just completed a game? Like, that game ain't coming out until, I don't know when. And the thing is, again, because fans will wait. People get excited waiting what that game is and how well it's going to be catered and cared for under Naughty Dog. Same thing goes with, Mario games and Zelda games. And, even I'm a big fan of Bayonetta. I was quite pissed off when Bayonetta 2 went to only to Nintendo, because that's a really good genre. That's actually a good game. Platinum Games are a very good studio. They are a very good studio.
What do you think, Adam or Sam or Jay or Snowbody? What do you think of another Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, we're getting one.
We're getting one.
They've all but confirmed that.
Yeah.
But
that's all I'm saying is let them have a break in between of development. Give them a 3-year break of that franchise and put out another game. You know what I'm saying? Don't always
like I said earlier, man. You want these big title games to come out within the second year or the third year, because the thing is, normally it's a case of the studios that you entrust that have good ability to utilize the software or the hardware in the consoles, and it showcases that through the actual game, tend to have a good positive. Like when it comes to the beginning of the generation, you want your little games, kind of like your smaller games, or games that want to test out a new engine, like the Decima, right? The new version of it. That's the reason why Killzone came out, because they wanted to test how good Decima is at that stage and how it could be in the future. Same thing with Knack, with the parkour effects.
I want to be a crazy fan real quick. I want to just say what I've always wanted for a long time for Killzone.
Resogun's was a really good game.
Give people the option on Killzone to do third person. I do not want to be forced to do first person if I don't have to. You see what I'm saying? I think it will be amazing to have Killzone combat competitively with first or third person. I mean, you've been dealing with third person for a while with the Decima engine, and all I'm going to say, bro, people might not have liked Killzone Shadowfall story. I know I didn't. I did not like the story. But I thought the graphics were awesome, and I love the online.
I mean, what's it called again? I think it was when it was 70 people after they made Horizon Dawn and they gave the Decima engine to Kojima. There was basically it is technically a small group, which were 70 people worked on Death Stranding who knew the Decima engine, which is how they sort of taught Kojima Productions in a sense. And what's happened is, right, it's a good benefit for both ends.
Well, what has happened is we went over fucking 8 minutes of 4:30 and we're still talking. We're going to talk about this in the PS4 party chat. Snow Bunny, I'm about to live stream at 5 o'clock, so that'll be 20 minutes from now. Everybody, I'm coming back. Yes. I'm coming back to... I guess this channel and stream until like fucking 8 or some shit. I don't know.
Stream, yo. You got 9 hours.
Yeah. I'm gonna stream until from 5 to 8, and then I'm gonna get off and watch some anime or some shit. But don't worry, tomorrow I'm off tomorrow, so expect another live stream of fucking Death Stranding. That's what I told you guys. And I just want to say one thing before we get up out of here. The PC fans, like I said, the only way you really can piss me off is the people that are bragging about you get to play these games actually play them. But you guys just brag to me all the time, and from what I've saw, and from with Snow Bunny, Adam, Sam, we see you guys in the comment section again. I got the game, you guys got Red Dead, but you're not playing Red Dead. Again, I don't think I was wrong on the part of you buying the game and playing the game. I think I was 100% right. Now, you have access to the fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. You're not playing it. You got to explain that to
broken.
us.
Yeah, it's
you
broken, man.
No, it's not broken. It's not broken. They fixed it. It's not broken. It's not broken. It's not
Dude,
broken. It's not
Twitter
broken.
saying we weren't playing it like the group. I don't know if you saw that.
What?
They were saying you didn't buy it and none of us are playing it. We're a cancer to the PlayStation community.
Who said that?
I replied to it. I don't know. Let me see.
I want to know. I want you to take a screenshot and send it because
one of my friends, he's playing Red Dead on the PC, and he's like, "Man, you guys got to fix this."
Oh, so is it still broken? Because they claim the PC community is claiming Rockstar put out a patch by Friday and fixed the whole thing. That's what.
Wow.
That's what they're saying.
I'm saying mad reports on that game is broken.
Oh yeah, anybody saying I'm not playing Death Stranding, you just a bold-faced liar, bro. I got all my proof on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
Oh Lord, yeah, he's playing it, y'all, because I was sick. I was taking medicine.
The fuck, I was on that shit for hours.
Still streaming it, okay?
Yo, it's like that, yo.
I was on that for hours. I was on there for hours though.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was dozing in between taking cold medicine, waking up, and he was still streaming. I was like, damn, you still playing it?
Yup.
He probably had some Red Bulls or something.
I wish somebody threw that shit away. That shit was in my refrigerator. I was supposed to have it.
Jay, my friend posted 15 hours ago on Twitter. He's like, listen, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the greatest video games I have ever played. But Rockstar, you have to fix the performance on PC. My game is just so unstable.
Wow.
And that was 15 hours ago.
I've been seeing some of that stuff on Twitter.
Well, look, guys. Sam, you gonna get back to me with the people saying I'm not playing Death Stranding. I need to know that. Because I did play it. I played it on day one. Like yeah, I think I tricked a lot of people. Like a lot of people thought like I canceled the game. I didn't cancel the game. I canceled the console bundle. So shut the fuck up. I didn't cancel the game. I played the game every day since it came out, bro. And I don't think it's
Jay, stop. Yeah, Jay, you doing live spoilers or what, man?
I don't give a fuck. I'm playing the game. As simple as that. If it's spoiled, hey, it's spoiler. I'm just playing the game.
Wait, did you do a
You got
giveaway?
the PC. You got the PC.
We did we didn't give away the game. We gave away the card. We gave away $120 worth of PSN cards last weekend. So 3 people won. One person won 60. The other one won 50. The other one won 10.
I'm gonna try and get off early today because last night I was playing Death Stranding till like 5 in the morning.
Jesus
bro,
Christ.
Sam, you said it got that OCD factor, bro.
I
think you're right about that.
You can't put it down, bro.
Because you want to keep exploring.
Yeah, bro, and I do. I just want to keep knowing.
I mean, it's
things,
OCD, man. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to get 5 stars for everything, and I'm like, me finding out yesterday that you have the main order, the main orders which are for Sam, and then you've got the stand orders which are like repeatable side missions in a sense. So they just keep coming and coming and coming until you get 5-star, and that's to do with the platinum as well. It's just like, I'm on chapter 2, so I'm like, yo, like I should be on like chapter like 7 or 8 by now if I did just the story. Like,
So
it's ridiculous, man.
So y'all be shooting on the games? Y'all got guns? Yeah, Jay?
I didn't get that far. There are guns, but you do gotta get far in the story. Like
they got a combat suit.
The way it is like they have like piss and shit vials, right? And dirt vials. They come out off of your skin when you take a shower.
No, it's pee vials, it's blood vials, and it's bodily fluids.
Okay, yeah, the body,
And
yeah, the bodily
shower water. And the stuff collected while you're showering.
Yeah, the shower. That's what I was saying. So basically, it's in these vials, and you can throw them at the BTs. But then you got another level where they look kind of like what is it? The flashbang grenades. They look like, and they're in that canister, but you can throw blood later on. But then you get the real looking grenades that have the stuff that come off of your body.
Like I just unlocked smoke bombs, so you get more, like I said, as you keep going.
Yeah, the more you
game.
play, Eddie, the more you unlock, and I do mean guns and everything, bro. It's
All
fucking
I remember
crazy.
was waking up and you were getting smacked around by some calamari.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A whale or some shit.
Yeah, it was a whale in the forest. Oh,
no,
Adam,
that was calamari. It was squid.
Straight up calamari.
Adam, I want to tell you something, Adam. Adam, you was right yesterday. I was wrong. So what happened was I think I glitched the game. I never left the game when I got
the
bike.
forest.
Yeah, I glitched it because now when I drive through where I drive through, the BTs are there and it rains. But yesterday, it was not raining when I was on that bike. But now today, yeah, everything is back. So either I glitched the game or I didn't get far enough in the game for it to keep raining while I had the bike. But yeah, today everything is back. I haven't went to the forest, but I'm pretty sure the BTs are there and gonna fuck with me. Yep. But I think I glitched my game to that.
Like sometimes the BT's there, sometimes they're not.
Oh no, they're always there now on that road that I take. Yep.
Oh, I told you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I think I had glitched the game because remember I never stopped playing yesterday. Like I was playing from like 1 to fucking 9. So I think that if I would have backed out and came back in, everything would have been normal. But hey, I still leveled up. I'm level 93 right now. Like I'm up there, bro. I'm up there. My connection level is like 20.
Yeah, if you do the main missions, you shoot. If you do the main stuff, like the SAM orders, you shoot up real quick. But if you do all the side stuff, you go slowly, but you still level up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all the standards. If I see a package nearby, a portable delivery station, I'll just pick it up and walk over there and deliver it. And I don't know. I just feel like I got lucky enough. You know, I got lucky yesterday because I was moving so fast because BTs weren't attacking me, and I was getting a lot done. And yeah, that's what happened yesterday. That's how I got boosted. Yeah. But man, the game is gorgeous. The game is like I've never played anything like this, bro. It's just I'm so excited to get farther. I'm so excited to unlock new things, and it's kind of like it's not like it's a soft unlock. Cause hey, I went to the bedroom one time after they had told me about the blood, and I'm going to bed and I see this fucking blood thing out of the wall, and it's like it's just so different, you know?
I told you yesterday, man. It's like for me, I've played so many games of generation, but like when I start playing this, I said this earlier yesterday. It's a game I didn't know or I didn't think I needed, but at this point in time, it's perfect. Because again, like I like like genres. They're cool. You know, there's different takes on the genres. But then you've got this one where it's like it's a third-person open world thing. But then you've got these little tiny like things. Yes, but you know this whole for me is to do with like the online aspect, like building. It's every day I've come on, I've seen more and more and more. Like people are building like obviously loads of fucking bridges now. I mean, even my structures, like my first bridge went from like 10 likes to yesterday being like nearly 500, nearly 600 likes to now over 1,000. I'm like, fuck.
Yo, Jay, Death Stranding console sold out, man.
Yeah. Bro, look,
Yeah,
I that's my prediction, bro. I got a soft prediction, but it could definitely be 100% wrong because I think it's gonna sell over 1 million in a weekend. I think it sell over
It
1.
might sell more than that over a weekend because you got to look at Luigi's Mansion only sold what 3 million in like 3 days or something crazy.
Damn, bro. But I mean, it was Adam talked about it, bro. That campaign, they spent so much money in October. I saw so many Death Stranding fucking commercials. The cinematic one, the CGI one. I saw a lot of those. The world tour, like the experience that they had over there in Europe, the Death Stranding experience, the GameStop promotion, Jeff Keighley's little live stream countdown. I mean, if you can say you don't understand it, but you do know it exists, and that's all that really matters. You see what I'm saying?
You don't understand it, but you know it exists.
Yeah, you know it exists. There's been so much promotion that.
And people who say they don't know it existed, something wrong with y'all because it's everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It is everywhere.
It's like I said about what's going. It's like I said about Stranger Things, man. When that show came out, I remember everyone was like, "What is this show?" And they were fascinated by it. It's the same sort of. I see this same sort of narrative with this game, where it's like I don't understand what this game's about, but I'm interested in seeing it, like playing it for myself. So it's like, yeah, of course.
Yes, that's the Strange Things show.
You know, it's just like again, like you know. I mean, it's an interesting concept. You know, I mean, I thought these delivering packages thing, like I'll build some sort of fatigue, which I still think might happen, but. At this point in time, I'm like, fuck it, I'm in for the ride, man. Like,
if this game sells a lot of copies, man, I'm talking about a lot, like God of War or Spider-Man. Yo, I don't know what to say, man. I'm gonna tell y'all on this panel. I'm saying something to Snow Bunny, JayTech. I don't know what to say to y'all, man. I really don't.
I mean, it's so possible. It's just so. I mean, you're looking at 100 million PS4s out in the wild. For it to sell 3 million in a weekend, it should be possible.
Yo, but it's the number one tweet. It's the number one game that's Twitch right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Besides that, you gotta think about all the people who might be going out to buy a PlayStation 4 for the game. We already know some locations across the country and around the world. It's like Octopath Traveler. They're sold out of the game. There's places that's announcing that the game itself, not the consoles, just the game itself is sold out.
Yeah, I seen that too. A lot of people was telling me. I was hearing this dude. He said it's sold out. Shit, at GameStop. The only game I seen sold out at GameStop was God of War.
I've seen Octopath Traveler, God of War. I've seen a few games sell out at GameStop.
That's crazy. And you got Luigi's Mansions, so buddy?
Of course.
Okay, guys,
that game look dope.
It's 4:50. I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us. If you haven't already liked, please make sure you leave a like. Thank you for showing up for the PlayStation Legion Sunday show. We got a new logo. It's not the permanent logo. We testing out stuff. I'm testing out stuff. Paying these graphic designers for different logos. This one was the better. I paid $50 for one that was just not really good, but this one was $20, and then I ended up editing it myself anyway. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna test out some logos and shit. But just keep it tuned. This is not It's not the final version of it, but we're testing out some stuff so we can look, again, even more professional in 2020. We didn't share the screen of any events because most of the time we was just talking about Death Stranding, but I'm about to go live stream Death Stranding in 8 minutes. So I'll see you guys later.